to Knoxville, don't be late. Baker's Live, it's gonna be great. June 5th and 6th, mark your date at Dollywood, we'll celebrate. Meet Baker and more cool friends, live show magic that never ends. Come to Dollywood, feel the vibe. With great people there, it's gonna be a ride. Rides, fun, and meet and greet. Baker and pals, the crew's so sweet. Get ready for laughs, cheers, and thrills. Knoxville's the place, it's giving chills. Meet Baker and more cool friends. Live show magic that never ends. Come to Dollywood, feel the vibe. With great people there, it's gonna be a ride. June 5th and 6th, don't miss the fun. Meet Baker and friends, it's second to none. Baker and friends, it's second to
Hey everyone, and welcome back for Verdict Watch in the Collin Griffith trial, where we are now waiting for whenever they're going to come back. As you can see, I have the court running in the little corner, and I'm going to do some Lego, echo. And hopefully everything will be cool. Oh, thank you so much, FD. Lego with an echo, exactly. But yeah, you think that it'll be between 2 to 4 hours, and that's probably also kind of where I am at. But I'll be doing my that light is really annoying. I've been doing my kingfisher while we're talking, and hopefully that'll go well. Have they been out long? No, about an hour. Kingfisher is the enemy of the trout. It's also a pretty bird. Pretty bird. Pretty bird. Can you say, Polly want a cracker? Polly want a cracker? Pretty bird. That's from Dumb and Dumber, if you didn't catch that one. But let's read about the azure kingfisher. The majestic azure kingfisher is the perfect size to fit into your home decor. Its vibrant plumage and iridescent glow reflect colors from bright turquoise to dark royal blue against its warm orange chest. Wildlife photographers often capture it in its characteristic pose, emerging from the water with a dynamic splash, carrying its prey to a nearby branch. That's what we wanted to recreate in this model, with a support beam that helps create the illusion of flight and motion. It's a cool little model. Ugh. Now to some ASMR. And in classic Judge Dredd fashion, both sides have rested in the McGee trials to rule on it later. Well, hopefully she will just retreat to her chambers and then return a verdict later today. She should be able to do that. She's been following the trial. Hello again, loser. Yeah, we do have them nearby where I live, but I've never seen one in the wild. But I think they're beautiful, beautiful. 6, 6. Yep. Beautiful little birds. My kid just got a pile of Lego for Christmas. It's still in the box in the same spot it's been since Christmas Day. I think he likes the yellow boxes. Well, you need to be in the mood to build Lego because some of it takes a little bit longer than you might have the time to do. And I don't know, after today, maybe I should open up the floor and if any of you want to call in and tell me how big of an idiot I am today. Well, big idiot you are every day. Oh, thank you, Zach. You're always so friendly. She wants them back in court tomorrow morning at 11. I should have included that. We do that sometimes too. If we have to go back and look at a lot of evidence, we'll tell them, well, we're not going to reach a verdict today. We'll go and people can come back for this and this date. Because sometimes it'll just take a little bit longer, especially if it's a case where people have, if they have stolen a lot of stuff and we have to sit there and look at all of it and think, did they prove? I had a case where they had, I think it was 100 and something, 127 pictures we had to go through. So we did, we took the time and then said that, well, we'll give you a verdict in 2 days because we spent, I think, 5 hours just going through all of the stuff. So sometimes you'll do that, but again, this case isn't that complicated. I'm still surprised it ever reached court because you unalive someone by forcing them to have a heart attack. I don't see how that works. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, maybe eat something and don't be as angry as you get me in trouble. Mhm. Today I needed Jamie. Now I'm sitting here looking down at all this Lego and can't follow along with chat, but Jamie don't love me no more. She doesn't want to stream with me. She says I'm too mean for her. They're pretty cool in the wild. Yeah, I wish I've. I think I know where they claim they are, but still I haven't ever seen any of them. So I'll have to go out there and see if I can find some one day. Our pets' heads are falling off. It's such a great movie. Back when you had funny movies. This way. Let's do it this way. do here. The Emmy and McGee would say Jamie unalive Baker due to her meanness. Yeah. It's just such a ridiculous argument that, well, she knew she was going to unalive him because he had heart conditions. And how can you call it a murder? But apparently Massachusetts just have a whole lot of laws that don't make sense to normal people. I'm missing a blue. What the hell is that blue? I have a Rubbermaid full of freestyle Legos I'm saving for my future grandkids. That's cool. Hey, Christine. It's my birthday today. Any recommendation on how to monetize this occasion? State gift or GoFundMe? Well, you can monetize the way I do and buy. How much did I buy? A couple of $100 worth of stuff to give away, and then spend another $150 to send it to people. That's my big birthday gift. Why can't I find that blue pack? What the hell? But if you have the GoFundMe, just always back on the GoFundMe. Am I blind? Well, now I have to figure out where everything is. That's annoying. Did I use one I shouldn't use before? I should use 2 blue. Mm-hmm. Oh, because this one shouldn't be here. This should have been a red boy instead. That's why I'm missing a blue. Well, if you just follow the instructions, you can't go wrong. Don't have patience for Lego. First time one piece doesn't fit together and fellows. No, I find it strangely calming to sit here and play with it. Because you have something to do and your mind can just wander. Just would have been nice to have someone on chat with you. That makes it a whole lot easier. Because it's hard to watch trial. Yes, she has to work, so you can come over here. Emmerdale just had this scenario as a storyline. Instead of going this route, they decided it was a normal heart attack. I don't know what Emmerdale is. Hey, Peter 8. Hey, Wise Bibbit. You're drawing birds. I'm building birds. You missed the 90s Lego? I didn't build Lego in the 90s. I hadn't built a Lego since maybe the 80s when I was invited on that Lego stream. And since then, I have built quite a few. And I like it. Yeah, it's calming in some way, even though sometimes you get a little mad when you put the wrong piece in the wrong hole. That's what she said. Come on now. This is a good Christian channel. You have already made enough fuss today. Don't go down that hole. Well, that's also what she said. Don't go down that route. Oh, in another not as funny and not as uplifting a way. Remember I talked about that pew-pewing in Sweden earlier today? It seems 10 people have passed away. Among them, the suspected pew-pewer, they believe he self-deleted. But the last thing I saw was 10 people had passed away. That's horrible to because it's not that far away, and even though I don't like Sweden, that's still horrible. Oh, if you can jump on, you're more than welcome to help me fill air. You're trying to paint a secluded forest. Leave that forest alone. Well, I don't. What? Remember the hot dog? Could have been me. Yeah, it's terrible. It's apparently a 35-year-old man, and so far they haven't got any possible motive. It's not suspected the bad T word. So it's going to be interesting what they can find. The press had reached out to his dad, and he said, "I don't believe it," and just hung up. So it's going to be interesting to see, because the first press conference the police held, they claimed that 5 people had been injured, but none had been unalived. And then they called someone else, and they said, "Well, we have at least 5 unalived in the hospital." So we don't know how or why they are saying that. So that's the big problem with things like this, when they try to hide the facts from the public, because we will find out, and then we'll trust the police less after that. Resurrect the Kalmar Union. Yeah, get them back under Danish rule, and everything will be fine. Yeah, 10 people so far is what to say. It's horrible to hear. So no jokes about Sweden today. Again, what jokes could you make about Sweden? They don't. Stop it. Don't say that Sweden is a joke. You're a horrible person. Yeah, I know. It is. But apparently he had a license, which I don't know how the rules are in Sweden, but he must have been a member of a pew pew club. I don't think you can get a license. Maybe no, you can't get a collector's license without not for a working pew pew. So he must have been a member of some gun club somewhere. And I know there was one in the city that it happened in. It's a town called Örebro, which is situated, as I remember, west of the capital in Sweden, Stockholm. Where, if you want to go there ever, which I can't recommend because it's situated in Sweden, they have an old ship called Gustav Vasa that sank on its launch day because they wanted more pew-pews on it. So they had built it with the gun decks too low, so it flooded instantly when it left the shipyard. But they got it up later, and it's quite interesting to go see how tiny people were back then. Anyone come across the Icelandic guy? Oh, I can't get you on, Marissa.
Oh, there I am.
I'll have to figure out which is my.
We switch it.
But then I can't see my. Well, I can still see. Well, we can both on the button. Come across the Icelandic guy on YouTube who does hilarious sketches on Scandinavian countries. Oh yeah, all the things that people believe about each other in Scandinavia. Yeah, I've seen him. He's quite funny. I think he lives in Sweden now, actually, or Norway. But they're pretty fun.
Yeah, 2025.
We've had a crazy start on the year. So, but at least Sweden made the news. It's not a lot.
Not the best news.
For something other than weird fish products. How are you doing, Marissa?
Oh, I'm good. In between calls.
Oh. So
what does the bad T word mean? I don't know.
What's the bad T word? Oh, stuff that happens around Brandon's birthday.
Turkeys?
Errorism.
Oh.
I don't think we can say the errorism on YouTube. Because that's not allowed.
Oh, gotcha. The big bad T word is frightening people.
Yeah. Scaring people by doing stupid stuff.
Yes.
But apparently it's the most deadly incident in Sweden in a lot of years.
Yeah. They're saying around 10 people. So there might be more?
Yeah. Well, when I started the stream this morning, they were at 5 people, and then all of a sudden none of them had been unalived, and then all of a sudden now it's 10 confirmed unalived. So it's very much hard to get a grip on. Hey, Holly Moore. Yeah, prayers for Sweden. You heard me say it.
Clip that.
Yeah, Pernilla already have that as a ringtone.
It looks like a pretty rural area.
Örebro. Yeah. It's I don't think Pernilla is here. How big is that city? I know the name of them, so it's probably not a. But again, cities in Scandinavia is way different than cities in the Americas.
It's the 6th largest city in Sweden.
Yeah. Grew up in the shadow of the U.S. Constitution, Old Ironside.
126,000 people in the city proper.
Yeah, that's 3 times as big as my entire county.
It has a castle.
Well, everywhere in Scandinavia has a castle.
Oh. I don't have a castle.
Well, that's because you weren't around in the medieval times where you needed castles.
True.
Well, it's not true. I actually ate at a restaurant once in Illinois that was built like a castle. And they served German food.
We have fake castles here.
Yeah, Disney.
That and I don't know, like little ones that hold bells. I don't know. Not exciting ones. And they don't have moats.
Actually, how many castles do I know that have moats? It's not that many.
Lego has castles. One of my favorites from the 80s was this castle which opened and closed. Oh. I saw some castles in there's White Castle. That counts. I don't think that's a castle. That's a toilet. When I was in London, I saw a castle that had kind of a moat.
The Tower of London.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first castle built by William the Conqueror when he went over there in 1066. That was his royal palace, and then it turned into. Later, it became a prison, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I like to birdwatch in the Everglades. I use my drone to take photos of me in my canoe, and phone beside. Oi.
Yeah,
If you want to see a great cast in the UK, Warwick Castle is amazing. It's really good museum. Warwick is that? No, what's the tank museum? I really want to go see that. It looks so cool. Little Caesars, that's a pizza pallet, right? Pizza place.
Yeah, their pizza tastes like cardboard, but somehow still good.
Sometimes you just need some crap. You're a direct descendant of William the Conqueror. Oh, that's interesting. I am direct descendant of farmers and field workers.
Me too.
And which one? No, that's Donington. Donington is the tank museum, right? That's not a castle. I was just thinking places I would like to go.
The moat in the Tower of London definitely has stagnant water. I wouldn't touch it.
It's the middle of the city.
A ginu? Is that how you say it? It's a long, shallow draft boat that doesn't tip over, built by a NASA engineer. Huh. Well, I would definitely not want to be in a boat that tips over in the Everglades. I went on an airboat in the Everglades and I saw a lot of raccoons.
You've been to the Glades?
Yes.
I saw something because I couldn't sleep yesterday because of my toothache, and then you go down the rabbit hole, and then I got on with one of these. I seen some stuff out in the wild. I think it was from a Joe Rogan show or something, where they claimed that they were out in the Glades and saw. I don't know if they have a Sasquatch or what's the name? The ape.
A Yeti?
They always not the Yeti. What's it
Bigfoot?
called? Bigfoot. Yeah. I don't know if there's a myth about a Bigfoot in the Everglades, but he clearly saw something like that. And I was quite hopped up on pain pills and muscle relaxers. So guess what I dreamt about?
I bet.
That's always
Harry and the Hendersons?
Harry and the Hendersons, yeah. That was a good show.
I loved that movie. They had a show?
Yeah, Harry and the Hendersons. Yeah, it was a TV show.
I thought it was a movie.
Was it
Maybe
a TV show first?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't really have cable TV growing up.
This is a place my dad and I really wanted to go. They have a tattoo. I don't know if they still have it. They used to have a tattoo every year with all the military bands, and that was a big wish for us to go and see that. We never made it. My sister's been there, but when my dad, when my mom passed away, and we were talking about going up there, and then we went to Rome for my sister's wedding, and we just found out he couldn't travel by plane anymore. He had gotten too old and couldn't move and couldn't. He got a little confused and stuff like that. But I really wanted to go to Edinburgh with him and see the tattoo. So sometimes you should do it before you lose the ability to do it.
Shaq's coming in with all the movie knowledge. He's like our IMDb. Harry and the Hendersons was a movie and then a show. So we're both right. That doesn't happen much.
Oh, I'll wait for Fedorowski to chime in and say, actually.
Right. Not a fan of Edinburgh?
Well, I'm pretty sure Edinburgh isn't the biggest, not the funnest place to be, because let's just say they have quite the reputation up there.
Oh yeah, the pew-pews?
No, that's it's just a little bit violent. They have two football clubs, one for the Prots and one for the Catholics, and
oh right.
So you're either no, that's Glasgow. Sorry, I'm wrong. It might be a good place. Now I'm confusing myself.
Yeah, isn't that why they call it a Glasgow smile?
Yeah, that's when you get a little cut to your face.
Yeah. Brandon says, drop me off in London, give me 6 beers, 6, not 10, and we'll have a great time. Well, at least you know your limits.
Well, he found his limits this weekend.
Bed isn't here. Belfast.
Fed was just sending me pictures from AI. He really likes to make those AIs when.
Yeah, I got a bunch too.
Yeah. Oh, it's because it's curved rocket.
The limit is 9.5 in an hour. I'd probably be on the floor.
I've only been to London. Well, I've stopped over on plane rides, but been to London once to watch some football, and we went out drinking with at the club's pub. That was quite fun, but apparently it wasn't a place you hung out all night. So in the end, it was just us Danish guys, and well, in Denmark we have a saying that says it's two streetwalkers and a pickpocket. That's when it's kind of dead. But we ended up with, I think she's probably been in her 60s, drinking with this woman. She was fun. Then one of our guys got way too drunk and started. We had to get him out of there. So he got mad and wanted to go home. He said, "Well, you can't go home. You're in London." I don't give a. So he wanted to take a plane. So he jumped in a taxi and went for the airport. The next morning he called us. He had taken the train, the taxi to the wrong airport. There are two airports in London.
Mm-hmm.
So he was stuck in the other one, and so we flew out without him. Well, it happens.
I think I've been to Dublin and London. That's about it up there.
What the hell did I do wrong again?
Dublin was fun because in the bars I could understand everybody except past like a certain hour of the night, and then I was like, they're talking too fast, and with their Gaelic accents, or just in Gaelic. I don't even know if it was English.
They should be speaking English. Flew to New York by way of Los Angeles. That's been a
Yeah.
pretty expensive trip.
But I don't think he had a ticket. That's interesting.
I had a buddy of mine who we had also been out drinking. He in Copenhagen you have the metro, and then you have what's called the S train. That's just like the smaller commuter trains in and around Copenhagen, and then you have, of course, the more national trains. And he lived 2 train stops from the main central station, and then he jumped on a train and was woken up in Jutland. That's 3 hours train ride from 2 hours train ride from where he jumped on the train. No ticket, doesn't know how he got there. Then the conductor said, "Well, I'll be nice to you. You're gonna jump off on the next station, and you can go back. I'll write you a note that so no one gives you a ticket for riding without your ticket." And thank you. Then he woke up in Sweden because again he didn't get off in time. So now he was in Sweden with no passport, no ticket, no money.
That's what she said.
Had to call his brother and say, "Hey, can you come get me, because I'm pretty effed." Let that be a lesson, kids. Don't drink and ride trains.
Well, it's better than drinking and driving.
It is. It is. Gaelic, not Gaelic. Garlic.
Garlic.
Yeah, garlic, not Gaelic. That's what she's writing. I trust her. She's from the Gaelic part of the world. Garlic part of the world. I always heard it as Gaelic.
Yeah, me too. But I'm also not Irish.
Well,
Clearly.
neither is she. She's Scottish, but I think it's the same root of the words they have up there. 2 different languages, but it's kind of the same. I did it once when I was in the military. We had this small local train we had to ride from a town and out to where, because of course we're Danish, so we put a naval base at a big lake in the middle of the country, or in the middle of Sjælland, the one we call Devil's Island, and then that's the right one. I woke up in the train just as it was leaving the station, so I was just sitting there looking out, thinking, how am I going to get back to base, because this is the last train, so I'll have to sleep on the station and get up at 6 in the morning and hopefully be able to go back to base. And then I looked into the next carriage, and I saw 4 other Marines sitting in there. So, oh, thank God, other idiots. So we could grab a taxi and get it to go there, because they didn't want to go for just one guy. So it's good that we knew stupid people.
Yeah, it's always good when stupid people congregate together. No, there's Fed. Don't know what he said.
Devil's
but...
Island. That's Sjælland. I don't know if it's because it's close to Sweden we call it that, or just because they're weird people. But they're close to Sweden. That's probably why they're weird.
I thought you were being nice to Sweden today.
I am. Was Fed? He has no reason to be nice to Sweden. If you knew how badly they treated Norway back in the day, we at least, when we sent them food, because Norway doesn't really have agriculture, we only sent them slightly rotten food. We might have treated them as you treated the what do you call them now? Can't call them Indians.
Native Americans?
The Native Americans. Yeah, we kind of treated them like that. I'm not saying they didn't deserve it, but we did.
Ah, Inverness. Castles. Oh, and the Loch Ness.
Inverness, is that where the Stoltman brothers is from? Is that where I know that name from? Or am I completely wrong about that one as well?
I don't know.
You're not that
Yes.
big into strongmen, so you know that.
I know they were there in shoot, what's that show called in Scotland? Where they have smexy times all the time. I don't know, my brain's buffering.
Smexy time all the time. Jersey Shore?
No, in Scotland. I'm blanking. I don't know. A little bit more classy smexy time than Jersey Shore. Not Braveheart. It's a show. Outlander. Yes, thank you.
Oh, that one.
Why couldn't
I tried to
think of
watch that and found out it's a chick flick.
Oh yeah, very much so. But it does have, I don't know. You can just fast forward through the smexy parts, I guess. There's a lot of boobs in it though.
They're from Invergordon. Okay.
What trash bar in Seaside Heights? I don't know. I stay away from there. Not Bridgerton. Outlander. Do they have smexy times in Bridgerton too? I don't watch that one.
I don't know what that is.
It's another chick show. Oh yeah. There's definitely some not good smexy times in when Jamie's a prisoner in it.
Oh, it's one of those grape fantasy shows.
I don't ever go to Seaside Heights. It's disgusting, people. There we go. See? Got all the ladies piping in here. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I'm a 90s kid. I like boobs. Boobs are better than butts.
Try watching Bridgerton with your mother-in-law. It's hilarious. Yeah. No thanks. Ew. That sounds like something I shouldn't read.
If it's anything Jamie tells you to read, never do it. It's filth. Filth.
It's fed.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I don't think he reads female porn books.
He went to Seaside Heights after prom. Oh my.
What's Seaside Heights?
It's where Jersey Shore is. It's where they.
I never watched the show. I just know it exists.
Yeah, they're sadly like exactly how those people were is how a lot of people are. Yikes.
The situation.
Yeah. Well, he's sober now.
Well, good for him.
Significantly less funny to watch too. But
We
yes,
have do you have that show that's called Paradise Hotel?
Probably. I don't know. I don't watch it.
What the hell?
See, I feel like that's still. I'm so cautious now. Mob Wives? Never saw that. Wasn't there one about the Gaudis? I think growing up Gaudi or something like that. I watched that one for a little bit just because I was morbidly curious. Went there after a girlfriend's prom. The trash was not fond of private school takeover. I bet. Okay, you can send me a picture. The Wire. I don't think I stink. Like I don't watch TV.
The Wire is a great show.
Ugh. All right. Thanks, Fed. It is just a bottle of scotch. Lego verdict watch. Yep. Nothing happening down there.
No.
We've got it up.
Yeah, I have it running in the bottom so we can see it.
Fargo. I don't know. I like the movie. The old wood chipper.
I never watched the movie. I like the show. Well, I think I saw the first 2 seasons of it. I have this habit of getting into a series and think, oh, it's good. And then I binge 3 seasons and then, 2 seasons, and then I never watch the rest of them. I never watched the second season of, what's the one, House of Dragons? Yeah, wasn't that the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I liked, gosh, now I'm seriously buffering today. Am I having a stroke?
You never know.
You know, the one it's based on. Why can't I think of it?
House of Dragon, Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, yes. I was going to say House of Dragon, and I'm like, that's not the name. But I did like Game of Thrones. I didn't like how it ended, but...
No one did. It was probably the worst ending in TV history. And now Fed will berate me and say, that's not true. Actually, that is... What's that show where they were on that island that I didn't watch?
Gilligan's Island? I don't know.
No.
Oh, yeah. Sons of Anarchy was awesome. Yeah, the Sopranos did have the worst ending. Lost?
Lost. That's the one I'm thinking about.
Have fun, Holly Moore. I know. I was thinking Survivor too. Like the naked guy. Is House of Dragons still going?
I don't know. I think maybe. Well, second season, did they end that one?
I don't
even think I have the channel that shows it. I never got into the first one. It was just too much. I want to bang my knees.
I'm on YouTube all day, so I don't watch a whole lot of TV. TV time is usually Bluey, and Mr. Beast apparently is big in my house right now.
Oh, he's big in Switzerland as well. So when I come to the States, I have to buy influencer candy to take home to my nephew.
Influencer candy. They have it everywhere. They had Mr. Beast in like Costco. They have all kinds of stuff.
Don't you have
And
to
it's
be a
like
member to
garbage.
shop at Costco?
What's that?
Don't you have to be a member to shop at Costco?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can lure the White Rabbit to take me. I think she's a member.
Probably. Where else would the expert get all of those
There's
pixie
unlimited
sticks?
supply of pixie sticks. But,
You didn't. The trial was frustrating, Major Mom.
Oh, I hope you had fun out of country then. No, the trial wasn't. It was kind of annoying because there's no doubt he did it. And I don't think he's justified in doing it, but I still don't think he planned doing it. But then you get to there's no time frame for how much you need to call it premeditation.
Yeah.
And I could have been in court this afternoon, and I said, no, thank you, because I was sitting watching this trial instead. That wasn't smart.
No.
Then I didn't have to yell at people. Oh, just have to find them guilty. Guilty,
In
guilty,
Mexico.
guilty.
Did you get your nails done? All I know is that Iris gets her nails done in Mexico. Or at least that's what she tells the Border Patrol. Oh, you can buy Mr. Beast chocolate in Sweden. I didn't
Yeah,
know they
we
had
got it
chocolate.
here too. But I still had, when I was over there last year, it was still new in Europe. So I brought it home with me, and my sister didn't come to visit till I think she might have been here in September or something like that. So she could just have bought it in the local store. But she got her Twizzlers. She's a big fan of the red Twizzlers.
Twizzlers are gross.
It's just we have kind of the same, but we just call it shoelaces.
Ugh. Just tastes like, I don't know, plastic.
Well, I was eating a couple of those nerds the other day. They taste like chemicals. Not bad, but like chemicals.
Not a big fan of nerds.
You heard it here first, people. If you're nerds, don't hassle Marissa.
Ugh. Are you getting to, like, what are you building?
A kingfisher.
Oh. Does he have
It's
hot
just-
dogs?
No, this is...
Oh, cattails. Gotcha.
Yes, hot dogs.
They look like hot dogs. Like, why does the bird have hot dogs? I don't know.
Well, it's a special kingfisher. They really like the hot dogs.
That's funny. That looks like it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, it's 834 pieces. But it's not like anything happens in court, so I thought I'll make one of the bigger ones. And maybe I'll just open up the chat put out a link if someone wants to join. If not, if you have to jump off.
I have about 3 minutes.
Unos, dos, tres.
Birds gotta eat. Yeah, I mean, built-in hot dogs. Thought, well, that's convenient.
I'm not sure that kingfishers eat a lot of hot dogs. It could be me that's wrong, but I just don't think so.
I know that seagulls eat pretty much anything.
Well, seagull and doves are the rats of the air.
They are. They're gross. They really like boardwalk fries, even if you put vinegar on them.
Vinegar on fries?
Yeah, they put malt vinegar on fries.
What are you, British?
I don't know. It's just
It's
boardwalk
gross, yes.
fries. I don't know.
It sounds kind of gross to me.
Yeah, it does make them a little mushy, which isn't my thing, but I'll eat them.
It's really cool with these iconic sets. They're beautiful and it looks good when they're done. The biggest problem is they're really hard to read the instructions sometimes. You really have to guess where to put stuff sometimes.
Don't you use
Oh,
the app?
Chrissy, you're so nice. Oh, Chrissy, you're so nice. You're so nice. Chrissy twice. Oh, Chrissy. Oh, Chrissy, 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 Chrissy. I don't know why I go to that song. It's not the real one. Oh, Chrissy.
Yeah, my son uses the app for Lego because it has animations and because sometimes you have to guess like what's different in the picture.
Yeah, I saw that the Drama Llama said that you could use the app for that one. So I haven't tried to build that, so I think I'm done.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna hop off because I've got to get on a Zoom.
Get on some Zoom. Thank you for stopping by
Of course.
and entertaining me while I am working on this one.
Alrighty. Well, enjoy. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Verdict on 2 hours and 10 minutes. So all of you who had less than 2 hours have lost. But I think it can be a hard one to get through to because again, I'm not sure I could swing it for a first degree. I think I could do the second degree. Well, I'm not sure I could do a first degree. But maybe I'm just wrong. Because I don't see the premeditation because the mom was the one who went over there. It wasn't him forcing her to come. So that's why I'm thinking I would go with the second degree. Yeah, only 6, not 12. That's correct. But still, his mean, precious thoughts, I don't think apply in the seconds for some reason. I'm not sure I understand. No, but I'm just when I'm thinking premeditation, I'm thinking he lured her to the place. I know that's not the right, but some people could be struggling with that part as well. saying, well, if she had just stayed away, it wouldn't have happened. So he didn't plan it, but when it happened, it happened. Not previous. Yeah, I know, but still, I would be struggling. But we also have, if we had had a verdict within the first hour, even though that's they have dinner time and all that, I would have thought, well, they really put a lot of emphasis on the murder of the dad. So they just went in and say, well, he'd done it before, he's guilty. But I don't know how much they do what they're supposed to do by reading the jury instructions and all of that. I know I wouldn't. I just sat through it, so I would just move on. But they are instructed to go back and read the jury instructions. So maybe they did that. Maybe they had lunch. But I would just think if they really was hung up on the, well, he had unalive before, they would be back with a quick verdict. Oh, okay, yeah. So we are agreeing that it's not. I think it's a spur of the moment thing, so that's why I can't really get to first degree. I think it was in his mind, but not sure it was thought out in advance per se. Yeah, he knew that it could happen, that they could get into some kind of trouble at some point, because he said that, I'm afraid what's going to happen. Must be. I'm afraid what's going to happen if she attacks me again. So the possibility was there, but again, she went to him, and that's when all hell broke loose. But then you have the, how long before do you have to have thought or to put it in as premeditation? That's always one of those where you're thinking, I don't know. My mother-in-law was on jury duty recent for red rum, and she said they read the instruction again as a group. Well, maybe that was a time better used on a smoky break or something, because it's just me. I hate getting instructions twice. I listened the first time, move on. It's not like I'm Brandon or someone. I do listen sometimes, maybe. America. Does it only take moments, seconds to become premeditated? I think that's one of those things that that they'll argue a lot of times that, well, it doesn't take long for it to be premeditated. This is the base of the void. These little water things are really annoying. I think it was in his mind the same way that most people think of self-defense, as in, what do I do if I'm in a life and death? Yeah. It could be true. it can, if it's possible to prove it, the thing is just it can be hard to prove they planned it in some way. Yeah. I truly don't think the prosecution airing her craziness on audio helped them. It really turned me towards a lesser charge, and after hearing about his dad, I leaned guilty of first degree too. Yeah, that's. I started out thinking, oh my god, and then we heard how much she was harassing him on a daily basis, and her mom and everything. So, yeah, I don't think that was the. But the defense would have played it if they didn't play it. But yeah, that wasn't the best moment for the state when they played that. But she was clearly a conflicted woman as well, and most of this could have been avoided if they just had let them stay separate places, and if she had respected, okay, he's there now, relax. I think then he would have grown up to become an adult and could get out of there. But sadly, that's not how it went, and now we are facing these consequences. Just to show that it's still on. I'm not sure about convicting the premeditation part. I can only murder two. Yeah, I'm with you. Because she has to. But it's the thing where we always, if it had been on the other side, she was clearly a horrible person, and that's how it goes, sadly. Which one is the correct one? They are exactly the same. Jury nullification. Have we ever seen a jury nullification? I don't think. Can anyone mention a case that ended in a jury nullification? Because I can't remember it. I've seen the direct verdict Nick had, but never. I don't think I've seen a jury nullification. But he doesn't have. So he could have taken the approach of she was a perfect mom, but she was trying. It could be. CG wasn't lucky with parenting department for sure. Yeah, a lot of guilties. Oh, I was on the Twitch thread earlier, and I saw. I don't know if you saw my videos on the potential Brady trouble that there might be in the Karen Reed case with the evidence not being turned over. The video that Brennan claims that he has turned over, but we know wasn't turned over, and it wasn't the original. And I saw someone claim that, well, it doesn't matter because the evidence from the police station isn't part of the trial. So I said, okay, so the Sallyport video, they showed a trial wasn't evidence. Of course it was. Are you stupid? No, but if it's part of the evidence, it should have been preserved and been turned over to the defense. I love how people just don't understand. Parents just don't understand. then it makes sense. Evidence is evidence. Well, if it's not at the crime scene or doesn't have anything to do with the crime, then it's not evidence. But they did put a motion in that they wanted this evidence, and they applied for it back in February of 2022, and then they claimed, oh, they never asked for it. They did, and you have to, because it's potential Brady violations if you don't give it to them. So mad about the Sally Port stuff right now. They know what they did was wrong and did it anyways. Yeah. The cases of jury nullification I found were all Mary Jane. Yeah, could be. Yeah, it's a Brady violation because they have to keep potential exonerating evidence, and they have, if they use the Sally Port video, they have to provide the original copy or the transcript of the original to the defense, and they can't do that because what they showed was an inverted video. So the defense should have access to a clean copy before it was inverted. But Bev don't care. She'll allow it. Did you see Judge Bev presiding over another case, audio only right now? They are charging an expert with red rum. Yeah, we've talked about it. That I was kind of maybe thinking about looking at it with, but then we jumped on this case instead of. But I'm stupefied that you can claim red rum because someone has a heart attack when he has a known history of a bad heart. I don't understand that one. Why can't they show the inverted video from the first trial if those idiots got rid of it? They can, but they should have preserved the original. I guess it can be evidence deemed an irrelevant fact. I watched the video a few times but couldn't pay attention, don't know all the nicknames. I'm sorry, Brenton. Well, Bev can deem it whatever she wants, and then again, it's up for if they want to do an appeal, but appeals are for losers, so of course you hope that it doesn't have to come to that. But she can just say, well, it doesn't matter, the case will still be fine. But you should keep the evidence. But I don't know, I just got that feeling that Hank the Tank, we were talking a little bit, I think I was talking about it with the ladies behind the scenes yesterday. I get this feeling that maybe Hank is being, I don't know if the Lally doesn't want to cooperate or something, because the things he makes motions on is things that's already been has already been ruled on, and it just seems like he doesn't know what he's doing. What the hell? So this way and this way. And this way? Maybe? That doesn't look right. And then... No. That's not correct. Correctamundo. I need a hole. The hole med spanden. Kan Jakob. Et hul med spanden. Et hul. How the hell? Oh. Nope. It must be like this. And then it must be like this. Yeah. Yeah, baby. I figured it out. Now I can figure this one out. Because it's like this, of course. Of course. Like this. Hey, Judgerton. Like sandpipes. I don't know what that is. Hank, that's Hank Brennan. That's the special prosecutor. Well, they should be able to introduce the altered one, but they should have a copy of the original because they have to preserve the original. They can't just make an altered copy of it and then say, "Well, everything is handy dandy." Well, we want to watch the original and make sure you didn't tamper with it. Well, you can't do that. That's the problem in this case. That right now they want to play that game, which they shouldn't be allowed to do. What am I doing wrong? Vi vinder i Mexico. What the hell's going on? Why doesn't this fit? Yeah, we talked about it earlier that it doesn't look too good what's happening up there right now. It's sadly it looks like 10 people have been unalived in Sweden. So horrible news. Now we're back in business. The Jeep snowplow guy threw his away in a military trash. Oh, the phone. It looks like your subscribers went up. It's 12.9 now. Keep on trucking. I went up and then I went down again. I went up with like 50 when I did that Karen Reed video on Saturday, and then I came the next morning and I lost 50 again. But it's fine. It's just numbers. It doesn't matter that much. But it's always nice when you hit some of these numbers. There it is. But I've been struggling with getting over 12,800 for, I don't know, maybe a couple of months. I don't even think that can do it. But all of a sudden I hit 12.9 and then I'll be back under 12.8 again soon. It's like YouTube doesn't want me over 12.9. But it happens when it happens. It's not that important. The most important is the people who will hang out with us and watch streams. They're talking about 12 people now. Oh. Scary. Scary, scary. Yeah, the Swedish. And not so far, no Danes have been blamed. That's something. I'm not saying we couldn't have done it, but so far we are not blamed for it. We have a history of slaughtering the Swedes. 13 beers for 13K. Well, you couldn't even do 10 beers for 12,900. So don't promise people you're going to do 13 beers. You're going to end up like a Valhalla and just sit there and I'll just spill the rest on the floor. You're getting a Pizza Hut soon? Yeah, Pizza Hut are coming back to Denmark as well. I saw that the other day. How young is Canon? I think she's in her early 60s. I'm not sure. She looks like she's past her frolicking age. A 64. When I'm 64. You broke 120 last week. Oh, that's amazing, Peter. Way more people should be watching you. You are very entertaining. And you're very talented. You don't have to rely on plastic to make content. It looks like a little bunny rabbit. Yeah, it comes and goes in droves when then you're up, then you're down, but in the end it doesn't matter. The thing that matters is people are coming in to watch you when you're streaming. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'm lucky that I have all of you watching me right now. just hanging out building my Lego. Lego. But it's funny to see when the video I did about Karen Reed the other day, when it just hits the algorithm and you normally have like 1,000 views and all of a sudden you have 10,000 views. That's nice. Reminds you of the good old days when people watched you a lot. Or maybe I just made good content. I don't know. They say yeah, it's a school for adults. I think it was like, I don't know what you call them up there. We call them håndværkerskoler. Subs aren't important. They sell them in Australia. I know you can buy them in different places. And I know in my algorithm, I can see when somebody who bought them comes in, because then I get a lot of Indian followers all of a sudden. Get recommended a lot of Indian stuff. But I never understood that buying subs and buying views, because yeah, you get a little bit of the monetization, but it's not like you're gonna make a whole heck ton of money that can pay off your expenses for buying the subs. And the YouTube will at some point just remove them again, so it's just wasted money. But some people are so insecure they need to do that. I'm the most ungriftiest grifter ever. No, I grift a lot. I grift all the time. Instead of taking the night off, I'm building Legos and hanging out with you people. I could just, that's a grift. But then people write me in the middle of the night and asking why I'm not streaming. What the hell did I do wrong with this one? Oh, this one. Someone wrote me the other day at 11, why aren't you streaming? Well, because I'm going to bed. But that's nice that people, if they are bored, they want you to stream. Well, I'm pretty sure no one will catch any charges for that one. Yeah, it looks right. Is a family member of Anthony Joe Kurowski, who was Karen Abels in a federal grand jury. Nothing will happen to them. No, it's a kingfisher. Oh, someone has gotten his. It's now you had all the young nurses into your room. It's a school where you can study single subjects that you need for higher education. Oh, kind of like we call them HF. Hmm. Yeah, this is a kingfisher. That's one of those schools I went to where you can study if you didn't go to high school. I didn't go to high school. I became a baker instead. Where you normally go when you're after you're 18 years old, you'll go to schools like this if you need to. Maybe you want to go into a different field, or you need some other special classes to get your degree or to get into uni. So that's quite used here. Why does every bakery put sprinkle on their cupcakes? I hate sprinkles. I think it's because sprinkles to them seems like it's party cakes. I don't know. I'm not. I think you should be a little more adventurous with your decor. Can someone give me the verdict watch? I think they've been out for a long time, haven't they? Oh, I don't know why it doesn't fit. It should be on this one. Oh, I need this one. Ah, you're having a great day. Put your head out your ass and do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Like this. Hey, Jinxie. And 8 pounds of frosting. Just put a respectable. Yeah, that's why I don't like. We went to Krispy Kreme. I really didn't like that because it's just lost in frosting. If you need that much frosting to take the focus, it's because your taste isn't good enough in your product. That's just it's just like my opinion, man. The one holdout is driving the jury crazy now. Yeah. Krispy Kreme is, yeah. Been out about 2 hours, 45 minutes, according to Law and Crime. That's longer than I expected. You do like it? The ones I've seen is just regular Tutti Frutti sprinkles. That's non-Pirelli, please. People always call it sprinkles. Or Tutti Frutti. It's non-Pirelli. But no questions, no nothing for 2 hours. Are we surprised about that? I think I'm a little surprised about that. Jury doesn't want to make Tony's uncle mad. Oh, did they get served free food? I think he said yesterday if you've been bringing your own food. Did he say they shouldn't do it today? I think so. So I think they might be given food today. I'm not sure. But he hasn't been giving them donuts in the morning like the other judge we saw. This jury had probably be sitting and watching and saying, "Oh, I wish the judge is this nice when I get to jury duty." And then they don't even get Krispy Kreme donuts in the morning. He got them lunch. He also gave lunch to the alternates before he kicked them to the curb. Oh, that's nice of him. Yeah, because he told them don't bring lunch tomorrow, and then he kicks them out right before lunch. So he's a good guy, even though he's not giving them all the good stuff the other people got. How the planning for Scandi meetup and Dollywood coming along? Well, Scandi meetup is pretty easy. It's just if you want to join us, just be at the big clock in Copenhagen. We're not really planning anything special, just a walk around the town and hanging out, talking, celebrating that Iris had her birthday the day before. Dollywood, I need to buy some plane tickets, but the planning in that isn't my problem. That must be the Yanks. I'll just have to get my behind on a plane and go to the States. But I am about to figure out how when to fly over there. It's been a little bit of a problem because I haven't been able to find something that made sense time-wise, because I don't want to arrive in Knoxville at midnight, and I don't want to fly for 25 hours. It's been a little more work this time. Last time I just bought a ticket on British Airways and landed in in Knoxville. This time, most of the offers I'm getting is going over Helsinki, which I don't get how it's an idea to fly to Finland before I fly to America, flying 2 hours that way and then flying 8 hours the other way. But that's all I can find right now. So I'm looking. I'm still looking, hoping that I'll find something. That makes a little more sense. I don't know that anyone would be there to pick you up at midnight. Well, Valhalla would probably, if I said I was coming at that time, he probably would be there. But I would, because I'm thinking about renting a car this time and doing a little bit touristing on my own for a couple of days. And I'm not sure I can get a car after midnight in Knoxville Airport. So that's another little problem. Because the pilots can say Finland. I don't know if that's the reason why they fly there. Doesn't make sense. The normal route will be either from Denmark, you would either go to Frankfurt or you would go to London and fly that way. But not this time, it looks like. And I really don't want to go flying to the northeast to go west. It just doesn't make sense in my world. You're gonna come see me in Chicago first on your way? No, I was looking at it, but I can't make it work. It'll be renting the car would cost me the same as flying, so I have to figure something out that maybe when I'm in Knoxville, I'll drive either east or north, and then maybe some people can drive closer to me and say hello if they want to do it. But the prices I was looking at going to Chicago would be, I think, $1,200 extra, and that's a little pricey. So, and plus I would have to drive for 3 days. So sadly, it'll only be a one-stopper. What days am I coming back? I'll be back. Dollywood is 4th, 5th, 6th of June. So I'll be there at that time, but I'm probably going to fly in a little bit before, because last year I flew in on the Tuesday and we already had the meetup on the Wednesday. And the first day I had where I didn't have anything I had to participate in was on the Saturday. That's the first day I could just hang my head down and say, okay, now I'll take a day off. And that was probably a little rough. I could have done with some sleep at some point. That's not the one. This is the one. So I'm probably going to fly in on Saturday or something like that and try and spend a few days before I go to all the meetups, and maybe do a meetup on my own or whatever I can swing. That's why I'm struggling a little bit with the tickets right now to make everything fit in, because you want to do a lot, but then reality hits when you see how much money you have to pony out to get there. Will you be mobile streaming on your trip to the US? I don't know if I'll be live streaming. Depends on if I can get some decent Wi-Fi. But I'll stream around. What the hell? Oh, I need one. No. Oh, I need one of these. But I do have to do some streaming so I can claim it on as a business expense. Ja, det er ikke til mig. Dog in my lap, shaking so much, they shook the house so bad he lost his damn mind. Huh? Do I sleep on planes? Yeah, sometimes. But you never sleep well on a plane. We don't know. We didn't hear anything about that other than the dad has passed away. So I can't tell you anything about it other than it. He hasn't been found guilty and he hasn't been charged with it. The rest is, yeah, that's just pure speculation. Nope. Nej, den kan sidde fast på. Oh, the hell. Sådan der. No, it's not. And you can't get it anymore because you're putting taxes on it. There's an extremely low probability I will be around, so I can't commit to picking people up from the airport and shuttling them around. That is what Marissa is for. Well, Marissa is... now I'm not going to the north. She said, well, you're on your own, mister. Because I don't move out of Pennsylvania. I'm kind of like Jamie. I'm a hometown girl. But it was just I thought it could be a good idea to do the driving down, and then I saw the prices. It was crazy how much I had to pay, and then plus gas and everything. So and the 1,200 miles of driving. So sadly, I'll have to disappoint some people. That's never nice. Yeah, of course you have. Every time I go to the US, you leave the country. And here I was betting that you and I would do the hedonism tour, but no. Not this time either. You're only an hour and 45 minutes from Oxford. Yeah, you come join us. Last year was a lot of fun, both at the arcade, even though they didn't serve me beer, and Dollywood, but I know Dollywood is a bit pricey, so not everyone will be able to make that part of it. But that was fun, just walking around, talking to each other. And there was a lot of cool people there. Dave, Steve Gosney. It'd be so easy if you could tell me where to put it. Here, maybe? I think so. And now back and do all of this again. Befriend someone in Tennessee with a small airplane YouTube channel. I could do that. I have been to more strip clubs than anyone in chat combined. I deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. Would I have to turn tracking off my phone? Yes, or I could just leave it home. Leave it at home. Just get a burner. And we'll figure it out. And then, again, if you're not gone for more than 48 hours, police doesn't come looking for you anyway. So the wife can't find you. Got a sparkling on a flight in America just for being Swedish. The flight attendant was Swedish, and I was the first ever Swedish passenger. Yeah. I flew with an Irish lady who, I think she drank all the whiskey on board the plane. And then I flew with I think she was from India. She had a bigger mustache than I did. If you tell the officer what awaiting you at home, sometimes he'll be kind enough to detain you for the night. Yeah, sometimes that might be warranted. Because you could get into some trouble. Where did it go? Where did it go now? What am I missing? Nothing. I just have to look at it correctly, and I will do it correctly. And then this way. And then strip clubs are more useless than OnlyFans. At least you get to touch them. OnlyFans, you just have to pay money and talk to some AI bot. Not that I would know any about that. Come on now. You can't touch the women in strip clubs. Well, you go to the wrong strip clubs. Well, I haven't been to a strip club since I was deployed. That was a different time. So I don't know what you can and can't do anymore. Stay out of strip clubs. Says who? Yeah, going the wrong place. Trying to get me arrested? Oh, I hung out with Valhalla last time and nothing happened. Well, I wasn't served beer at least. Oh, I'm sick of and tired of building wings. I'm going to the strip club. Yeah, I'm joining late. Is that a kingfisher bird? Yes, that is the kingfisher. There's a lot of fiddling around. And I've been going at it for... Why the hell can't I see how long I've been streaming? Well, I've been going at it for some time now, and my finger is starting to hurt. So I might go into the other room when I'm done with this baggie. So that's the left wing. That's a pretty good pretty bird. Pretty bird. Polly wants a cracker. Polly wants a cracker. And then we have to do this piece, this one, and the double. I see double. I see double. I see double. I know I'm in trouble. You see double. And you know you are in trouble. Bim, bigga, bim, 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 biddy. You see double. Oh, so double. So this. This is getting a little fiddly, mediddly. I can't get my fat fingers to go in there. If you need your claw, there. Oh! I can hear something in court. Ta-da! I'll go into the other room and then I'll work on the rest of this because that's just a lot of wing building. I'll be back in a sec. Let me put something on the place for a little while.
I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing? Yes.
When did you first meet Maureen?
This is the summer of 14.
And where did you meet her?
I don't know what it is. There's no audio from court. I don't know what Jess just sent me. If it says anything about what have happened. I am saying something. Oh, and the medical examiner is saying that Ellen Greenberg was a homicide. Imagine that, especially after she stabulated herself after she passed away. The court reporter just said question. No, I had I had muted it because when I'm on the other camera, it'll pick it up. Jury question. Well. I've lost all feeling in my left leg. 50-pound of dog is too much for my poor leg.
Ms.
Yeah,
Thornhill and Mr.
that's a
Hendry.
lot of dog.
Mr. Levine is here for the state. The jury has a request. It's been reduced to writing. It's dated 2/4/25. It reads, Judge Abdoni, we are requesting court transcript from Susan Detman's neighbors, Sally Bell and Nancy Jones. Sincerely, juror 1980896. Mr. Levine?
I'm amenable to any request, Your Honor.
Ms. Thornhill?
Well, Judge, we're not real time, and I don't believe that a transcript is available for that.
Well, I don't think we provide transcripts because it's required to be done in open court. All I can do is permit a readback or a playback, but I don't think there's a recording. So is that correct, Madam Court Reporter? No playback? All right. So the bar has recommended certain instructions in this instance. First, the standard instruction directs or suggests they be told that transcripts are not available, but that they may have testimony read
It's
back
part
to
of it,
them.
I think.
And then I can combine that with the instruction that talks about how long it's going to take the court reporter to prepare it for readback, and then tell them to discuss their request further. And if they're not able to resolve their question about the requested testimony by relying on their collective memory, they should write down as specific as a description as possible of the part of the witness's testimony they want to hear. So I can do that, or I can say no, just flat out no. So Mr. Levine?
I'm fine with either one, Your Honor.
Judge, if I could have a moment.
All right.
What they were asking for was the neighbor's testimony. They wanted the transcript of that. That doesn't exist. They could come in, they could read it because there's no recording
I
of it.
no, because there's obviously something they cannot collectively remember, but
I bet they're stuck on the kidnapping charge.
you have the look of, you want me to say no on your face.
I do. I should not play poker with you.
No. Well, I should not play poker with anyone because I'm not very good at it.
I hear that because I also had that.
Bottom sound, it's the wrong
At this
case you're
point,
in.
I think because it's such a general request, if you tell them that transcripts are not available and leave it at that, and then if they come back on their own with a more specific request, maybe we can entertain the idea of asking them if they, letting them know. it
Yeah,
would
but there was
take a while
no
to
kidnapping in that case.
have a readback done, and if they can narrow down their request further, that would be helpful. So basically, baby steps. Start with no transcripts are available. Please rely on
OnlyFans
collective
isn't Zoom,
memories.
Brandon.
Mr. Levine?
Could you please read their question one more time?
We are requesting, I think that says court. We are requesting court transcript from Susan Detman's neighbors, Sally Bell and Nancy Jones.
Yeah, but it's not an official record.
Your Honor, I'm fine with the court doing whatever he feels appropriate under the circumstances.
Is there some prejudice to taking two baby steps first and
It's
saying
not
transcripts
verified.
are not available? A readback may be possible, but we will need you to be more specific regarding your request or the portions.
How about 2.5 baby steps then? If you're not willing to tell them just no transcripts are available, please rely on your collective memories. Then add the step of a readback may be possible if you can narrow your request further. Just so that they don't come back and say we want all testimony of both witnesses read, because that I think is a problem, because then we could get into having a readback of every witness's testimony.
All right. All right, so let me cobble something together out of these various instructions. How long? Well,
30 minutes.
okay. Whether they, no matter what they want.
They were short, right?
Yes, they were
They
fairly
weren't
short.
the longest witnesses in the world, but they also weren't the shortest.
Testified on Friday. It's the neighbors. No, Thursday. But I bet you they are stuck on the kidnapping charge. So they're probably done with count 1, and they're just hung up on kidnapping or no kidnapping, which shouldn't be that. If they're going to find him guilty in charge 1, charge 2 is doesn't really matter. Well, there's two different versions, and these are these two they are asking about. One said he had her by the hair, and the other one said he had her by the shoulder, but they were walking in together. He didn't drag her. Was it first day? No, wasn't it? We started Wednesday. I think it's Thursday.
Writing it down. I'm thinking though, if we ask them to narrow their request, then that might risk the possibility of highlighting a certain piece of testimony over any other piece of testimony. So I go back to my original request.
They had different
saying
statements,
that
but they were
no
walking in
transcripts
together. She was
available.
walking next to him. It wasn't. One of them said he had her by the hair, and she was screaming, "You're hurting me!" And the other one said he had her by the
I think
shoulder.
it should be included, but a readback may be possible.
Any response?
I'm thinking, it's like I said, it obviously would be helpful to know if there's a particular area that they are asking for a readback on. But then, like I said, that could highlight one portion of one witness's testimony, and they may miss some other part of their testimony if we just have a partial readback. But on the other hand, they're asking for both witnesses' transcripts of all their testimony. That tells me they're sort of fishing for something, which I don't think is appropriate for a readback.
So I'm not sure which.
So at this point, I think I'd rather you just say there are no transcripts available and leave the ball in their court as far as what they want to do beyond that. Usually in this circuit, the judges err on the side of not over-explaining, not over-offering. So I think that might be the best way to approach it.
No, because both of them didn't say anything about being dragged.
Right.
They said she walked herself.
The instruction suggests that I can be somewhat generous in my response, but ask them to be as specific as they can. So I intend to advise them transcripts are not available, to discuss their request. If they can't resolve it with their collective memory, then they may request to have testimony read back to them.
That's what the state
And that if
tried
they
to
decide
say.
to make such a request, it should be as specific as possible.
That's acceptable to the state, Ron.
And over your objection,
Yes.
that's how they will be instructed. So let me just finish here. All right, so my intention is to advise the members of the jury you have asked that transcripts of testimony be provided for you. Transcripts are not available. However, a readback of testimony may be granted at the court's discretion. I now direct you to return to the jury room and discuss your request further. If you are not able to resolve your question about the requested testimony by relying on your collective memory, then you may request to have testimony read back to you. If you decide to make such a request, it should be as specific as possible. All right. We're ready.
I need a bio break. I'll do that while they call the jury in.
Members of the jury, you have asked that transcripts of certain testimony be provided for you. Transcripts are not available. However, a readback of testimony may be granted in the court's discretion. I'm going to instruct you to return to the jury room and discuss your request further. If you are not able to resolve your question about the requested testimony by relying on your collective memory, then you may request to have testimony read back to you. Again, that would be granted in my discretion, if at all. Now, if you decide to make such a request, it should be as specific as possible. You may now continue with your deliberations.
All rise, please.
I will also tell you, I don't know who told Mr. Hertel, but the jury verbally told him they want to end at 4:30 today. I did not ask him to have them put that in writing because they might change their mind. They know to tell him they want to go home for the evening, so I just left it at that. Any objection to that, Mr. Levine?
No, Your
No, sir.
All right. Don't go far.
What did he just say?
They want to. I will also tell you, I don't know who told Mr. Hertel, but the jury verbally told him they want to end at 4:30 today. I did not ask him to have them put that in writing because they might change their mind. They know to tell him they want to go home for the evening, so I just left it at that. Any objection to that, Mr. Levine?
No, Your
No, sir.
All right.
So, nothing really going on. Hey, Helenity. Okay. No, we just had a question. They wanted to know what the neighbors said. But by the magic of television, we can find out what the neighbors said. Because I can go back and play that if it's day one. The
officer.
We had to walk up that way.
Okay.
Evaluating what might or might
To him, Miss Bell.
The young man in the middle.
All right. For the record, Miss Bell has identified the defendant. Now, when you saw the lady, she was loading the clothes up in the black car. Is that right?
Yes.
What was the defendant and the lady doing? What were they doing, like, in conjunction with each other?
Well, he was standing on the driver's side. He wasn't doing anything, just standing there. And she went around and she put the clothes on the passenger side, and then she was talking and her hands were going. I couldn't hear what she was saying. And she went around the back of the car up close to him, and she was swinging her arms again, and he reached. And she says, I heard her say, let go of my hair, you're hurting me.
When she said, let go of my hair, you're hurting me, was she doing anything violent to him?
She was swinging her arms and talking to him. And she was right up in his face, was talking to him. And then he reached out and to grab her hair. She said, let go of my hair, you're hurting me. And he reached up and opened the door, and they went inside, pulled her inside.
Okay. So let me ask you a few specific questions. When she and the defendant were talking, did it look like it was an animated or a heated conversation?
Arguing from one side. I didn't see him say anything. I just heard her.
Okay. and you kind of did a hand motion. Was she trying to hit him or trying to punch him or
She was
anything?
waving her hands like this.
Okay.
And then she said, "Let go of my hair. You're hurting me."
And when you say waving your hands like that, is that like as
She was
she's being- talking to him?
Same
Okay.
way she was talking on the other side of the car.
Okay, I got you. When the defendant grabbed her hair, what did she say?
She said, "Let go of my hair. You're hurting me."
And were you inside or outside?
I was inside in my living room.
So it must have been loud enough, obviously, for you
I
able
could
to hear
that.
that.
Yes.
And what did the defendant do to her next?
Then he just reached in and got hold to her, and he opened the door and pulled her in.
Was that the last you ever
That's
saw
the
of her?
last I saw.
Now, did you end up going to church that evening?
I did.
And did you return to your house later that evening?
I did.
About what time did you get back, Miss Bell?
About 6:30, 6:45.
And when you did return, was anything out of the ordinary going on?
We couldn't turn into Hewlett Drive where we live, so we had to go all the way around the back and come in from the other way. And when we got there, there was a policeman saying that we couldn't come through that way. So we said, "Well, our house is right there." He said, "Okay." So he moved the police car, and we pulled in our driveway.
Miss Bell, I don't have any other questions for you.
Thank you. Cross-exam?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Henry?
How are you doing, Ms. Bell?
I'm fine. How are you?
Got a few questions for you.
Okay.
You said that you could see the woman moving her arms, and you kind of gestured.
Yes.
I mean, was she moving her arms in a direction, or was it just generally up above her head?
She was facing him over the car. She could see him, and she was talking and waving her hand.
So, I mean, you know,
I couldn't understand exactly what she was saying to him.
did it look like she was dancing, or did it
No,
look like she was
no,
doing something
no,
else?
She was talking and using
Okay.
her hands. Right.
And so animated,
Right.
directed at the person that
At
was
the
standing
She couldn't hear him, but she could hear "Let go of my hair."
on the other side. Is that
Correct.
how you would say it?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that he was just standing
He
there?
was just standing there looking at her.
Okay. Was he inside?
He
the-
was outside.
Why no readback? Because they don't have the. She will have to go and prepare it, the court reporter.
So
Next to the
he's-
car.
The car's in the carport,
Yes.
roughly near the door.
Near
would you
the
say?
door.
Okay.
On the driver's side.
And she walked over to him.
She walked around the car to him.
Okay. Now, can you hear any noise at this point?
Not then, no.
Okay.
I just saw her walking.
And about how long is this going on?
I guess maybe about 10 minutes, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay. You're watching
Yeah, but they said they could prepare those in 30 minutes at least.
it,
I'm watching it.
and you said that you and your husband were getting ready for church,
Yeah,
right?
he was in the back room getting dressed.
So he's not up there watching it
No,
with you.
no.
Okay. And then, so when the woman gets close to the man, she's still moving her hands.
Still moving her hands.
And how far apart were they? at
They
this
were
point?
standing close. They
Okay.
were standing close.
And was she moving her hands? What, he's close enough to touch her at some
He's
point.
close enough to touch her,
Okay.
yes.
And he reaches out and touches her. Either by, you hear her
Apparently
saying,
by the hair, because she said, "Let go of my hair, you're hurting me."
but could you see that?
I saw his arm come up and around, and then she grabbed her hair.
Okay. So you see her hand on her hair?
Yes.
And was she moving her hands when she's that close to him?
Yes, she was talking, waving her hands like it went on the other side. And then she went around the back, and she was still waving her hands.
And until you hear the exclamation, "Let go of my hair, you're hurting me," you haven't heard anything else?
No. I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Okay. And you didn't hear anything after that exclamation?
No.
There wasn't any, for example, no's or anything like that?
No.
Okay. And you said they went into the house
Went
together?
into the house, yes.
Okay. Were both of their feet moving? Were they both walking?
Yeah, as far as I could see. I couldn't actually see the steps, but they went up and went into the house.
And you watched them go into the
I watched
house?
them go into the house.
Okay. And you and your husband then presumably finished getting ready and went to church,
We went
right?
to church, yes.
Okay. And at this point, you didn't call 911, right?
No.
Okay. Did you and your husband, talk about this?
No, we talked about the white car, but we had never seen that before. And he said we had to go around it in order to get to leave.
And so other than the fact that the white car was present and you didn't know whose it
I didn't know
was,
who it was. No.
this was not something that was really piquing your interest at that time?
No.
And it wasn't until you can't get into your neighborhood that you start becoming worried that there might be something that
There's
happened
something
there?
wrong, and I saw the yellow tape around. I said, "What is that?" And I asked my husband, and he told me, "It's what you see on television." I said, "Oh."
So would you describe what you saw as somebody being dragged into a house?
Well, see, the car was parked, and then the steps are there, and there's like two steps up, and I couldn't actually see the feet going in, but I know he reached up and opened the door, and he pulled her in.
So if he's pulling her
Mhm.
against her will, he's having to lift her up steps, right? You can't just go straight in.
She walked up the steps.
Okay, so she's moving her feet as far as you can go
Correct.
up the steps.
Correct.
And other than the one other time you had seen the gentleman, no interactions with these people that you were aware of?
He was there by himself the first time I saw him.
Okay. And that black car, how long was it present across the street? Do you know?
It came in late that night because when I went to bed, there was nothing in the driveway. And when I got up early that morning, I saw it in the driveway.
Okay, so the black car arrived the night before at some point while you were asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were home that day?
Mhm.
And you never saw it move?
No.
Okay. You never saw anybody in and out of the house?
No.
When the two people, the man that you identified as sitting here at the table with us, did you see him in the yard at all?
No.
Next to the house, in front of the house?
Just on the side of the
Okay.
car.
And did you ever see the woman in the yard?
I've never
front
seen
of the
her
house?
before, no.
Okay, so she was only, as far as you, from what you could see, it was just around that black car.
Around the car.
There was nothing out in the yard.
No.
Okay, but if she had come from the white car, then presumably she would have had to walk up that way. Okay, no further questions.
Thank you. Read the record.
Just briefly, Your Honor. Now, Ms. Bell, when the defendant pulled the lady into the house by her hair, were you still in the same vantage point, looking out the window?
Yes.
And I want to show you one photograph that has been already moved into evidence previously, which is 167. Can you see that on your screen close by?
We can have it lower because some of the jurors
Okay, I
can see it.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Bell, I'm going to point to what I believe is the house where the stabbing happened, but correct me if I'm wrong. Can you see where I'm pointing? Is that the house? Actually, I'll come to your screen too.
Yeah, because
Is that the house?
that's the house. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And for purposes of the record, I pointed, I know it's kind of hard to see, but I pointed to this on your screen. So,
That's
all right, very good. Now, which is your house? Is your house this one?
no.
Is your house this one?
Yes.
Okay, so, and your window, I assume, is at the front of the house, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a pretty good view, angle-wise, is that correct?
Correct.
All right.
Hey, Kat from
Now,
North County. Welcome
When
in chat.
the defendant and the lady were first having whatever discussion they were having, you mentioned you could not hear that, correct?
No.
Is it a fair statement that when the lady said, "Let go of my hair, you're hurting me," that was that she yelled it or shouted it loud enough for you to be able to hear it?
Yes, she did.
Okay, I have no further questions for you, man.
Is Ms. Bell released?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Cardinal? Mr. Hendry? Yes, sir. Thank you.
So she could hear, she could clearly hear, but she couldn't hear. But she could exactly hear the words that were needed to be heard. Then we have the other neighbor.
Just let you step over and go see this already. Good afternoon, ma'am.
All right. Good afternoon, Ms. Jones. May you please introduce yourself to the jury?
Yes, my name is Nancy K. Jones.
And what community do you live in?
I live in the Hamptons.
Do you live across from a lady named Susan Detman?
Yes, I do.
And have you gotten to know her from living across from her for a while?
Yes, I have.
Are you aware that she has a grandson named Collin Griffith?
Yes, I am aware.
Has you seen him periodically coming and going over the time you've lived there?
Yes, I have.
Now, I want to direct your attention specifically to September 8th of 2024, which is a Sunday, when something out of the ordinary happened on your block. Do you remember, first of all, seeing the defendant at his grandmother's house at all that weekend, Saturday and or Sunday?
No, just the car.
All right, and the car being what color car?
It was a black.
And was it parked under the carport?
Yes, it was.
On a certain time on Sunday, did you happen to notice another car arrive at the house?
Yes, a white car.
Describe to the jury what you saw.
A white car pulled into the driveway, immediately sped out of the driveway, and then parked on the street.
Had you ever seen that white car before?
I believe I did last winter.
Did anyone get out of the white car?
Yes.
Up until this point, had you seen the Susan Detman's grandson outside or not?
Last winter I did.
Okay, but on Sunday you hadn't seen him at this
Never.
point?
No.
All right, continue on. What happened when the car ended up parking on the street? What happened next?
The lady, I was a young girl, got out of the car, slammed the door, slung her purse over her shoulder, and proceeded into the house.
Had you ever seen the young lady before?
Not personally one-on-one, but I've seen the car over there. I thought it was granddaughter. Looked very young.
And where did you say the young lady went?
She immediately went into the house.
Where were you when you saw this?
I was sitting on my lanai.
And where's that at? In the front? Or
Yes, in the front.
All right. Did you think anything of it when that happened?
Nothing.
What happened next?
What happened next? I went back into the house and started doing some dishes and stuff. And then I walked back outside and sat down on my lanai. And then I seen, do you want me to go into the details now?
Yes.
I seen the lady standing on the top step, and I just seen an arm come out and grab her by the shoulder, by her hair, and I just turned my head and immediately went back into the house.
Did you see who the person was that grabbed her by the shoulder and the hair?
No, never seen his face, never seen anything. All I seen was the shoulder and the hand come out.
And then what happened after the person grabbed her shoulder and hair?
I don't know. I went back into the house.
And then at any point did you realize that law enforcement had responded?
Yeah, about 40, maybe 45 minutes later, I was in my kitchen and I heard sirens and everything. I turned around and I seen cop cars in my yard and they were everywhere.
So besides the white car that pulled up, the only car that you had seen at the house was the black car, is that right?
That was it.
And I'm going to show you a picture. You can see it on the screen close to you.
They asked for getting the transcript of the neighbor's testimony. They couldn't get it, and they had to be more precise what part they wanted to listen to. So I went back and we could just watch all of it. The first one could hear nothing but heard exactly the 3 words that was needed. And this lady said, I didn't see anything.
167. And I wanted to know, can you see?
I don't know which is which.
All right, no problem. That was going to be my question.
Oh.
My car has a red truck. So.
Yeah, I hear you. So this here, we've heard testimony is...
this lady will say, I think she's the one who says why they didn't call 911.
Susan Detman's house.
Okay.
Which house is yours?
This is mine.
Okay. And for the record, I'm going to walk back up to the big screen. Is this the house you're pointing to as being your house?
Yes.
Okay. And from your view, is it kind of tough to see inside the Miss Detman's doorway?
It's catty-cornered, yes.
All right. I have no further questions for you, man.
Cross, Mr. Hendry? Yes, Your Honor, thank you. We have a few questions for you.
Thank you.
Ms. Jones, you said that you knew Miss Detman, correct?
Very.
She's been your neighbor? Okay.
Yep.
How long?
I don't know how long she had been living there, and it was probably 6 months.
Okay. And you had previously seen her grandson at the house?
Last February, I believe it was.
Okay. How many times had you seen him before?
I've seen him about 3 times. I think he was there like 3 weeks, maybe, and he was out running. I just seen him running. I'm assuming it was a family member.
You're assuming he was a family member?
Yeah.
Okay. So you never spoken with him?
Never spoken with
you
him.
didn't actually know the relationship?
No.
Okay.
None.
And the woman you saw, you had never seen her before?
No. I'd seen her. She drove up in the car, but I'd never personally met her or anything.
And when you said drive up in the car, are you talking previously? Like you
Last winter.
Okay.
I'd seen the car over there.
Now, on September 8th, when you see that white car arrive, you described that you saw it speeding out of the driveway.
Yeah.
But is that like tires screeching in reverse?
She was, yeah, kind of. She was angry.
Okay. And you said that she slammed her door and threw her purse off.
She slung her purse up on her shoulder and immediately went up to the house.
Okay. So from
This is way different than what the other lady said. The other lady said she was putting stuff into the car and then he came over. This lady is saying she just took her purse and went up to the house. It's totally the different thing the other one said.
From your perspective, she looked like she was upset.
Yes.
Okay. And then you said the next time you saw her she was standing on the porch steps?
Yes, on the porch steps.
So you didn't see her outside at all? in between those two periods of time?
Before she was standing up on the step, she was throwing clothes in the car.
Okay, so you saw her at which car?
She was throwing clothes into Collin's car. The door was open and she was throwing clothes into the car.
And that would be the black car that was parked in the carport?
Yes.
And you're calling that Collin's car because you saw the other person get out of the white car, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you hadn't actually seen the black car arrive?
No, but I knew that was Collin's car because I'd gotten a phone call because I was house sitting for Susan.
So you were aware that Collin was coming?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I knew Collin was there the Saturday before the accident happened.
Okay. And so you see a woman go into the house angry, and then she comes out with clothes and starts putting them in the black car. Did it look like she had calmed down?
I just didn't really pay that much attention to it, like she'd calmed down, but she was throwing the clothes, so I'm assuming she was still upset. I don't know.
Now, when you say,
Does that sound like she went to the house and there she got the clothes, went out and threw it into Collin's car? Because where does the clothes come from? That could kind of cover that hour, or I don't know. Because she said she took the person, walked up to the house, and then she went and threw clothes into the car. Where did the clothes come from?
Across the street, so I don't know.
when you say throwing clothes, are we talking like into the car? Okay. So
The
not
door was
placing.
open, so like throwing them in there.
And did you see her open the door?
I never seen her open the door.
Okay.
No,
So you weren't sitting and watching this whole incident.
Oh, no. I was busy in the kitchen and stuff.
All right. Now, you said that you saw a hand come out and touch a shoulder on the steps. Did you hear anything?
I never heard nothing. I turned my head and went back into the house and got busy again.
And from your perspective, did it look like the person was getting dragged into the house?
No. I just, like I said, when I seen the hand come out and grab her by the shoulder, I turned and went back into the house. And I said, they'll probably work it out. I thought it was his sister or Susan's granddaughter. And I said, they're probably having a little spat and they'll work it out.
But you didn't call 911?
No, I never called 911.
Now, would you say that this type of thing is something that is typical in your neighborhood?
No.
This is a unique
I lived in
instance.
Chicago for 30 years, and I seen a lot in Chicago. So in Chicago, we see something, we usually turn the head the other way. And I know cops say, if you see something, hear something, you're supposed to report. I didn't think anything more about it.
So this wasn't something that was so dangerous to you, you felt the need to report it?
I did not feel good.
And I mean, now the incident with a woman's going in, mad. Do people often, spin their tires in your neighborhood, anything like that?
No.
So the whole incident was pretty unique.
Yes.
Okay. Now, after law enforcement arrived, was that the end of your night, or did you have?
Oh, there was so many cops and stuff. No, I sit out on my lanai, and they just kept coming and coming. And then all the neighbors were out in the yard. We had no idea what went on.
Okay. Now, you're friends with Susan, correct?
Yes, I am.
Did you contact her?
I contacted her, yes, when I seen all the cop cars. I immediately called her.
Okay. And did you make any efforts to contact Collin?
Oh, no.
Did you see him after the incident?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Where was he?
He was in the driveway.
How did he look?
And his arms were red, and the cops were all around him. And I was on the phone talking to Susan, and Susan told me to go over and tell him that she would be there in a couple hours, or wherever she was at. She was in the Keys. And so I walked outside, and I waved at Collin, and I said, Susan's on her way.
From your perspective, did he look upset?
He looked very emotional, yes. He'd been crying. I could see him crying in the driveway.
So you could tell his face was red? Or
Oh, yeah. He was an emotional wreck. But I didn't know. Still, I did not know what happened.
And, we've seen the aerial photo. This is not a very wide roadway, but you're from across the street, correct? Like from your house to her house is close. 2
cars passing.
So you were able to get a
Yeah, I didn't get what it was to begin with, but apparently it's a porch.
good eye view on Collin at that moment.
From my lanai, yes.
And I'm talking when you walked out there, you're close enough that you could see him.
Well, his arms were red. I didn't know. I thought they were like you had been in a scuffle with somebody. Somebody grabs your arm and they turn red. That's when I looked like it was a scuffle.
So he's got red arms. His face is red. It looks like he's been crying too.
He looked like he'd been crying.
Okay. And this was what time did you say?
4:40, 50, or somewhere around there. Whenever the cops got there.
So this is after the cops have arrived, and they have him outside.
They have him outside.
And prior to that, you had not seen him.
I had not seen him.
No further questions. Thank you.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Is the witness released?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Henry?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.
So that was what they wanted. They want a transcript of that. I actually think it could help Collin if if they had heard the last lady, because to me it sounds like she arrives, walks into the house, comes out, throws stuff into the car, and goes back in, which could kind of explain what happened in that hour. The other person said, well, he came out and dragged her, maybe not dragged, but maybe did. That was more wishy-washy. So, but it wasn't specific enough. They weren't going to get all the of what we saw read back to them. So I don't understand why it was 15 minutes. They could have done that. Could watch it at the Broken Baker. Yeah, I think the last one was more believable than the first one because I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything. I clearly saw he pulled her by the hair, and I heard what she said. That's a little bit of a problem for me. Arms were red. See, I didn't hear this testimony. Believe it was self-defense even more now. Well, it was because they were filled with blood. Aren't most of them in the back, though? The lies? No, but if she came out with clothes, she must have gone inside. And that's why I'm saying she must have entered the house twice. She comes up, according to the last lady, pulls on her back, goes up to the door. And he comes out, opens, and grabs her by the shoulder, and she walks inside. And later she sees her in the carport throwing clothes into the car. So that's not what the state claimed. The state claimed he came out, yanked her into the house, and killed her instantly. And that's and then waited an hour to call 911. But listening to this one, it's more like she came, they probably argued, she started grabbing his clothes, went out, threw it in the car, and then he walks out and said, come on now, come relax, come inside, maybe drags her inside, I don't know, or takes a good hold on her and takes her inside. And then whatever happens, happens. But it's just, it makes it a little more dispersed in time. Yeah, that's the same name we had in Denmark, Pandertander. Yeah, she could clearly see everything across the street, but couldn't see across the courtroom. We don't have any of that because we weren't shown any evidence in this case. So it's hard to see what the jury had, and that's why it's kind of hard to figure out what are they gonna say, because they of course have it. So she trespassed. Did she have permission to enter the home? Yeah, yeah, it could be. Maybe in Florida, a lot are in the rear of the homes. Maybe you screen it in with your pool too. I saw there's a wrestler who has a pool, and looks kind of like a what do you call those in English? You call them it's called I can't remember the word for it now. Oh, in Denmark that was the worst years of our life, I believe. No, not a deck. You know, like a growth house you have for your plants. where you have glass walls around it. It must get hot as heck in there. Well, she did say she didn't look out the window the entire time. She said she was sitting on the lanai, and then no, when she drove up, she was just looking out. Then she got busy in the kitchen, and then later she was sitting on the lanai and saw her throw stuff into the car. That's why there's. And the other lady said I don't even know what she was doing. A greenhouse. That's the word I was looking for. But I just think it must be very, very hot when you're in Florida and having a greenhouse up next to your house. It's a lot of heat you're putting in there. Yeah. Yeah, of course I've seen Golden Girls. I've not seen it. The only thing I can remember is they had the living room they were always in. We call it veranda. I don't know. Florida has a doggy door and a critter door. Yeah, how else is the alligators gonna come in and swim in your pools? That's we have like terrace and veranda. Terrace is not probably the most used word in Denmark, but some older people call it the veranda. A Florida room is in the back of the house. No, well, terrace is just, it's like a patio. We would call that a terrace. No, not necessary. I have my little garden where I have like my sunbed and stuff. You call the area with the stones where you have your table and your sunbed and your grill, and that'll be the terrace, and then the rest would be the garden. No, it's just anything, any hard surface that you have where you put out your garden furniture or your sunbed or whatever you have, you call that terrassen. That's just a terrace. It's just, back in the day that would be the veranda, but it's not raised. It's not nothing. It's normally it'll just be like stones, and then you have your garden next to it. Yeah, that's what you call the patio, but that's what we call the terrace. And the Swedes just say the outside room. No, you didn't miss anything. You missed a jury question that was returned that either be more specific or forget about it. Yeah, let's all hit the lanai. It'll be a little chilly outside because it's 10 o'clock my time. Honest question, am I Sick of speaking English? No, actually, I was talking to a buddy of mine in the gym today, and I now have gotten the tendency to kind of flip into English words because I speak more English than I speak Danish in a normal day. So sometimes I'll just slip up. I don't. You don't think about it anymore. Now you just go. And today, because I'm a little tired, I have to think a little bit about the words I'm using. But the problem is the other way around, that I'm speaking so much English that it'll slip up and I'll put an English word in there. Especially if I'm talking cases, I'll have that. And then I don't know. The prosecutor, instead of, in Danish it's anklageren, the accuser. So I'll say, and then the prosecutor, anklageren. It's, yeah. It was just that they asked for a transcript of the two ladies' testimony I just showed, and they were told, we don't have a transcript, but you can get a read back, but it'll take at least 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm speaking Danglish sometimes. Swear in English. We probably use the F word more than you do. It's one of those words that can mean everything from good to bad. Woohoo! Well, he will lie about the baby goats again. There's never any baby goats when I show up. How's my sore tooth today? It's fine. I don't have a. Now I just feel like I think something I must have gotten stuck in my. In Danish, it's called tooth meat, but and it's just got irritated. It's fine. I'm just tired because the last 2 nights I haven't slept. It's to keep the alligators out from the pools in Florida. I've seen a few alligators running around in pools. Yeah, up in I think something had gotten stuck up there, and then it's fine. No problem. Am I growing my beard long? I've been doing that. I haven't trimmed my beard for almost 2 months now. Yeah, the gums. Sometimes you can get a little bit if we eat a lot of kernels in our bread, and sometimes they can get stuck up there, and if you didn't get it brushed out enough, you can get a little irritated. So I think it was that one that probably just annoyed me. Maybe got a little information, but I'm fine. I'm back to normal tomorrow because hopefully tonight I'll sleep. Last night I got up at 2 o'clock and slammed a big glass of whiskey to get some sleep. Now my sinuses are fine. My teeth are too close together, so I can't use floss. No. That was a question. A question they was told that they couldn't. They had to come back and be more specific. They have been out for 4 hours now, so longer than anyone. Well, most of us suspected. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Hmm. She didn't tinkle on the bush. She was just drinking. Come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Well, the jury question wasn't that important. They was told come back and ask a more precise question. Du-du-du-du-du. Yeah, but I'm gonna build another 5 wings, and I don't want to go back doing that. And just for half an hour ain't happening. So tell me a joke. Well, I hope. I thought they'll be done by today. Yeah, I know my face is swollen on that side, but because I've been doing this a whole lot. So, but I'll pack it with some ice before I sleep. But this side was irritated, and I was really going at it with the toothbrush early, and then so I think that's why it's a little bit swollen. I'll be fine. If you're American when you go in the bathroom and you're American when you come out, what are you in the bathroom? Peeing? What did the horse say after it tripped? Help, I've fallen, I can't. Giddy up. European. Why don't people still pigs? A lot of people did. I'm pretty sure that's racist. Because they squeal. Yeah. You funny people. Come on now. Can we just get the last 10 minutes? Can't you go home early? It's 4 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. I think we've done enough for today. I don't have anything else. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go into the bathroom? Because the P is silent. Why did the toddler cross the road to get to the other side? Yeah, come on. Some of us want to end. No, I think someone had something to do because they said 4:30. No, I don't need to do Jamie. Marissa, I'm not that kind of guy. My wife asked me the other day where I got so much candy. I told her I always have a few Twix on my sleeves. Yeah, I'm not gonna get pizza. It's 10 o'clock. I'm not whining about my tooth, Emmett. I said I'm fine. It's all of you, Lefty. Just because you couldn't keep your character alive and involved this morning. Where does the king keep his armies? I don't know. Yeah, it's a little sticky one. The last two ones in his levies. Ah. Yeah, but it's because they have to go back and get the transcript because there's not a transcript finished, so she would have to go back, listen to it, type it out, and then come back and do a reread. That's why they said, "Can you give us the specifics you're asking for?" Whoopsie. What did one mushroom say to the other mushroom? Spore? I don't know. Look like a funky? Oh, now I got the funky part. Took a nap and you're still going. You're playing in the background. Thank you, Southern Red Fox girl. But nothing really happened. There was a jury question. They wanted to hear the neighbor's testimony, but there's no transcript of it yet. So they would have to ask concrete questions to get what they wanted, and they're not going to do that because they are going home in 20 minutes. And I just have to fill time in 20 minutes. I don't know what to do. I'm not good at this. I've been doing it for so many hours today.
I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing?
You know what we do?
Yes.
When did you first meet Maureen?
This is in the summer of 14.
And where did you meet her?
We can do something stupid. Yeah, this is around 20 minutes. We can do some old body cam.
I saw you were 59 and a 45. Do you have your registration and insurance with you? Pardon me? That one's expired as of September. Pardon me? Okay, well, the requirement is that you provide, and I'm giving you an opportunity to do so. So if you want to refuse to give me one, that's okay, but I'm giving you the opportunity.
Why are you being a jerk? I haven't.
I'm not. You are. You've stated 3 times, I don't know, sarcastically, okay?
Know.
I requested something that you're required to give me, okay? And I'm giving you the
I am not
opportunity
being
to give you it.
sarcastic with you. I have been nice to you.
What I'm trying to explain to you is I'm giving the opportunity to look for it.
Oh my gosh, you're the first one who asked me for this. What's your name?
My name's Officer Fager with the Edgewater Police Department.
Spell your name for me.
It'll be on the bottom of the citation.
You're an asshole.
Do you have your insurance, ma'am?
Yeah, it's on my phone. You want that too?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's your supervisor?
My direct supervisor today is Officer Ugarte.
No, who's your direct supervisor, period?
Pardon me?
Who's your direct supervisor?
Sergeant Anthony Benz.
What's his phone number?
Ma'am, would you please provide me your proof of insurance,
What's
please?
his phone number?
Will you provide me with your proof of insurance, please?
What's his phone number? How hard was that?
Pardon me?
How hard was that? Not
There's
hard
no
at
need
all.
to use vulgar language,
Well,
ma'am.
you don't have to be such an asshole, do you?
Since when was I don't recall
You've been
any
an
time. I've
asshole
been
the whole
professional
time.
the entire
No, you
time. It's
have
called
not.
professionalism.
Wow.
All you have to do is provide me your registration and insurance, and we can avoid any issues.
And I have told you. Oh my
I got the body and the right wing.
God.
Why are you calling 911? Hang up, or you're going to go to jail for misuse of 911.
I'm
Hang up.
not misusing
Hang up, or you're gonna go to jail for misuse of 911. Hang up the phone. Are you failing to provide your proof of insurance?
No, I'm not. But I want another officer.
See you later, lady.
For what reason? There's no reason for you to do that. If you're failing to provide, I'm going to give you one more opportunity to provide the insurance. You're going to receive a citation for it.
County. Yes, I have a cop that has me pulled over. He's being a major jerk. Is there a way I can get another cop? He's threatening to take me to jail because I can't find my registration.
No, ma'am. I said I was
telling me
going
I'm
to take you to jail if you
because
misuse 911.
Ma'am, I cannot call the cops on an officer. I'll have the sergeant call you.
Can you have somebody? Yeah, can you? Because he's.
Yes.
I haven't done anything. I have been extremely nice to
You
this
were
guy.
speeding.
Yeah.
I told him that I couldn't find my registration. He said that he was giving me a chance to give it to him, or else I was.
I don't know. I know most of you Americans don't understand football. In football, you can get 2 yellow cards and then you get a red card. And every time you see that someone gets a yellow card, they start arguing. Say, what? It's not like he's going to take the yellow card away. Doesn't matter that you yell at the judge. The only thing you can do is upgrade it to a red card. It's so stupid.
Was going to be in trouble. Then he said he was going to take me to jail.
Just so you're aware, all that's on camera, and none of that happened.
So it's Jamie?
I understand.
Oh, yes,
ma'am.
it is.
Jamie
Ma'am,
Wood.
I understand. Are you in a gray Nissan?
I am.
I'm going to go ahead and let the sergeant know what's going on, okay?
Thank you so much.
Now, the 10 Central. Sorry, we trying to reason? Yeah, let's just try to. Well, I see here.
Any particular reason for the speed? Hang tight for me. I'll be right back with you. This is the time. She's complaining this. I don't know if you want to get tied up in this.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
What's the citation for?
Speed.
Oh.
I have a question for you. You're wearing corrective lenses, like contact lenses?
Am I?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I am.
Can you just look up so I can confirm that? Okay, thank you. Here's your driver's license back. Pardon me?
Give me my shit because you've had me here too long.
I've had here just enough time to
No, you
issue
have
you a
not.
citation.
You
Yes,
have
ma'am.
left me here longer than anybody ever has.
It's been less than 15 minutes since the officer initiated the stop.
Is that your supervisor?
No, ma'am.
Give me my shit, and I want your supervisor.
Okay, they're on the way, and I will give you.
Give me my shit so I can go. I have to get home to my kid.
I don't have to sit here and have you yell at me. I don't.
I want my shit. You have me pulled over
Correct.
for nothing. Now let me have
I
my
don't have
shit.
you pulled over. I have you pulled over for speed.
Then give me my fucking
What do you-
ticket so I
What
can
was I in the
go.
process of doing before you started raising your
Give
voice?
me my fucking ticket so I can go. I have a kid to get home to.
Okay, then lower your voice and I'll give you your
Oh my
ticket.
God.
Lower your voice.
911. I'm done.
Do it. You'll go to jail.
Give me my fucking
You'll
ticket.
go to jail. Call 911. You pull away, you're gonna go. Stop! You
Then
pull.
give me my ticket.
You're gonna go to jail. Do it again. I swear to God, you'll go to
Will
jail.
you please take him?
Step out of the car now. Step out of the car
I
now.
have to get home to my kids.
Step out of the car now.
Put it in park.
Step out of the car.
I didn't do anything.
Step out of the car.
Please, no,
Step
no, no, no,
out of the car. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Why am I going to jail?
Stop.
I have asked for a supervisor.
They're on the way. You'll get
Why are you yelling at me?
He just tried to take off with his hand in the vehicle. You will get a supervisor now. Walk back to that car. You're going to jail. Let's go. No, it sucks. You're going this way. Come
I need to call my kid.
Unfortunately, let's go.
He's home by himself.
Let's go. Walk to my car.
Then you should have shut up. This is kind of
all you had to do is lower your voice.
I was trying, but
You were not trying. I was being so professional.
No,
listen, make your complaint, okay? I was professional. I will get you a copy of the video. I was professional. I gave you an opportunity to raise your voice. Sit in the car now.
Oh my God. Can you please do this?
You can make your phone call in a minute. Take a seat in the car. Put your foot in the car. He'll talk to you in a second. All right. Try to pull so he was here with me. She's been rude from the start. Okay, I've been mad professional. Pulled her over for speed, and she just running her mouth, wanted to talk with you. She tried to call 911. I said, you call 911, you're going to go to jail for misuse of 911. Okay? So then she called dispatch. Said, I want to talk to a supervisor. Asked me for my name. I gave her everything. So I went back, called you, got the citation, went to go give her a citation. She started screaming at me again. She just, give me my fucking ticket. And I'm like, I'm trying to, but you're screaming at me. And she's like, you've kept me here too long. Okay, well, calm down. I'm going to give you the ticket. She goes to call 911 again. Okay. I said, don't call 911. You're going to go to jail. She throws the phone down, says, this, threw it in drive while my hand was in the car and just started driving away with my hand on the car.
Okay. So what are you gonna get it with?
Fleeing and looting.
Okay. Just take your time and review everything that you want. We can look over it, but yeah, good job. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. My arm was luckily she ended up stopping.
You're okay though? Nothing's wrong?
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, this is the same lady who'll get mad at the police isn't there next time she needed.
Ma'am, I don't know you and I don't know your situation, but you overreacted. No, everything's been recorded on body camera, so everything you've done today is going to come out.
I'm begging you.
What? You did this.
I didn't do anything.
Come on now. I saw you take off. You could have ran over his foot. You could have injured him. Handcuffs are not meant to be comfortable.
Well,
yeah, but what if you ran over his foot or did something, hit him? If you stay calm, we'll talk to you.
It's funny when the handcuffs cuffs go click click. The voice go, "Oh, I didn't do nothing. Sorry, officer. I was just on my way to church, and because I really needed the Lord's good word today, I might have been speeding a little bit, and I was just reading a prayer for your colleague, and sadly he misunderstood it when I said F a lot. But I was just trying to save another soul."
The only thing, real quick, I don't know if I broke her car or not. Because, so when she pulled off, my arm was like this. She pulled off with it, and I grabbed here to keep from going down with it. And it looks like it's kind of popped out. I felt that when it was doing it, when I tried to open the door.
All right, so when was she trying to drive off?
Again, Brandon has some nice pink ones. They're quite comfortable.
Before I even gave her the ticket.
So she was just
She was screaming at me, and I told her, I'm trying to give you the ticket, and she began.
No, we're doing verdict watch. We have 12 minutes till the jury probably goes home. I once snapped off a cop, but that was a young cop who was looking for a fight, and I gave it to him, which is stupid. Luckily, there was an old cop there who said he should relax. But I've been stopped a lot because I stopped drinking when I was 20, and I always drove my buddies into town on the weekend, so I got pulled over every single weekend. Sometimes I got pulled over 3 or 4 times at night if I had been doing taxi duties for people. And I always just said, yes, sure. No, I haven't drank. Oh, you stopped me 2 hours ago. Yeah, that's no, I haven't been drinking. And they said, that's fine, let's go. Not once did they notice I had a car that had been broken into, so my ignition key was a screwdriver. So every time they stop me, I have to kind of do the where I killed it by releasing the clutch, because else I would have to turn it off with a screwdriver. But they never noticed because I just treated them nice.
And to scream and scream and scream, F you. And I said, you need to lower your voice and I will give you the ticket. And then she went to call 911.
Yeah, we're just hanging
and I
out.
said, there's no need to call 911. That's misuse of 911. You'll go to jail for that. And then, so that's when she threw the phone down. She looked down, threw it in drive. I said, don't drive away. You're going to go to jail. And she did. She drove away. He witnessed the whole thing. Okay. So,
yeah. I stopped for a couple of years.
Down. You're overreacting.
No,
Stop.
I'm having a panic attack. This is like the worst fear of my life.
I heard you being rude to him.
And again, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. I'm having a panic attack. Why is everyone all the time always having panic attacks all of a sudden? When I was a young kid 5 years ago, panic attacks wasn't something everyone had all the time. It's kind of like PTSD. Everyone gets PTSD by just seeing the sun rising in the morning. That's kind of a... I hate that everyone just got diseases. Yes, Celestial, I did see the Valentine's thing. It looks like a good time.
Was at the end because
I heard you screaming at him.
Because he wouldn't give me my ticket, sir. All I wanted to do was leave, and he wasn't giving it to me.
I'm sure he was trying to just explain it to you.
No, he wasn't. He was taking his sweet time. Will you at least take my watch off?
Just hang on a second. You're a female. I can't search you and finish it. We're just letting you hang out and chill out for a second, okay? You understand what you did, pulling off like that is inappropriate, right?
Yes.
I was sitting there. I witnessed the whole thing. You could have ran over his foot. He had his hand in your vehicle. That's totally inappropriate. He told you not to leave. He gave you a direct order not to leave.
this is my supervisor. He's going to talk to you. Okay, just stay calm.
All righty, ma'am. What is your first name?
No.
Michelle? Hello, Michelle. My name's Roberto.
Okay, so he's like, I'm begging you. Can you please at least take my watch off? This is killing me.
What is killing you exactly? The handcuffs?
The handcuffs
on one arm or how many?
They're both like cut.
I'm gonna take a look. Okay, if I can fit my fingers in between the handcuff and your wrists, I can't loosen them. I can take the watch off. I'm just gonna take a look.
Please, I have a panic attack.
Ma'am, I'm gonna let you know something. Right now, you are in this car for a reason.
Please don't take me to jail.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah. See, I'm not gonna open the door if you're gonna start escalating. Okay. If you're asking me to remove the watch, I can do that. But I'm letting you know right now.
I'm not gonna do anything.
You can't start acting.
I'm just having a panic attack.
Okay. All right.
Please, can you just leave the door open?
Any of you have panic attacks that comes and goes like that? Can you take my watch off? I just want to go home. It's I hate these people. Oh, we have all the mental problems the second we get caught doing something stupid. Don't break the law. It's kind of like Stephen A. Smith. Stop smoking weed. Oh.
Oh, see.
It's okay. It's okay. Just you don't have to move. I will take the watch off. All right.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's so much better.
All right. Just watch your foot. Yep.
You can't leave the door open. I
No,
promise
ma'am.
I'm not going to do
Come on.
No, ma'am. I'm gonna close it.
I'm not.
I'm gonna close it. Okay. Just watch your leg. All right. So from the beginning, how was it exactly that?
He was just mean. He was asking for my registration. I'm like, I don't know. I really didn't know. And he was saying I was being a smartass about it. But I really wasn't. I don't know. I took the sticker and put it on and I didn't know what I did with it. So I was looking for it. He's like, well, I'm going to give you one more chance to get your registration. I was looking for it.
Yeah.
And he was being mean. And then he said that I was going to go to jail. And that
Because you called 911.
That I was gonna go to jail, and that I needed my insurance, and I had to pull it up on my phone, and that took a while. And then I asked for his supervisor's name, and I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to call 911 even if the cop was behind. It was gonna take me for the jail for that if I didn't hang up. I hung up. I did what I was told.
What was the reason you were calling 911?
Because he was being a jerk. I just wanted another cop.
So that was after you had requested me, and I was on the way.
No, that was before. And then I just simply wanted my ticket. I asked him nicely for my ticket, and he
Well,
wouldn't give it to me.
you use
Give
the
me
F
my
word a lot.
ticket so I can go. Please don't take me to jail. I'll do whatever I have to do, please.
Here's listen, man, I am completely understanding of people's situations, all right? We all go through things, trust me, I know. But here's the thing is, you decided to put the car in drive and try to take off.
Because I asked him
with my officer's arm still inside.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't there.
Stop!
You give me my ticket. He was stepped up. His arm wasn't on my car, sir.
Where was it?
He was standing by my car.
Okay.
And that's why I wanted taken off of his man.
But if he told you not to go and
then I stopped.
how exactly did it happen?
He told me I was yelling because he wouldn't give my. I asked nicely several times for my ticket and he won't give it to me. And then that's when I got mad. I got to get home to my kid. I'm the only one that he has, and he wouldn't give me my ticket. So I started yelling, and then he says, and so I went to drive off. He goes, "Don't drive off," and so I stopped when he said that.
Okay.
Why
That's
did you
how I
drive off?
remember it. I'm having a panic attack.
So I have two officers saying differently though.
I wasn't trying to hurt him. I wasn't.
I understand, but for that reason,
Please
that's the reason why you're in the back of the vehicle.
I'm sorry. I will apologize. I will never do it again. I swear. I am a good person. I've never went to jail. I've never done anything.
I'm going to put this back in the car. I'm going to have a word with one of the other officers, and I'll be right back, okay?
I thought she was going to run over your foot, dude. Just go right. You had your hands in the car.
Yes.
And she
was trying to give her the citation.
You told her to stop.
Yes. I held on. Luckily, I didn't go down because look, I held on.
We don't know.
I held on. I think I might have broke her handle here because this is where I grabbed to hold on.
Sure doesn't just pop back on. It just pops on, dude, does it?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Are you down on?
No, it's the good old. Have you ever seen anyone talk themselves out of a fine by yelling at the cops? Never ever happened. But they will try anyway after saying, "Well, you're the worst pig in the world. Why are you mad at me? I'm such a nice guy."
Yeah, please. Did you see the whole thing or no? Like, what did you see?
I was right here. You were explaining it. And you told her to stop. Yeah. And she took off. Your hand was in the vehicle, and you were close to the vehicle.
Yeah. Should get her for aggravated battery for freaking hitting me with the car.
I mean, you wonder, like, you're trying to explain the citation. She's screaming at you.
Yeah, I was attempting to handle it civilly.
She didn't want to talk to you, so she threw it in drive. I don't know if she had it in drive already, and she took off, dude.
On what to say.
And she had a taser ready to rock.
Taser?
Yeah. The center console.
Oh, the pink thing?
Yeah.
Rip, you were here for the whole thing here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. He was explaining. She was screaming at him.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to issue the citation, explain to her, but she was screaming. And he had his hand in the car, right here. He told her to stop because he knew what he was about to do, and she threw it in drive, and dude, she floored it. And luckily, she just stopped.
Only this far.
And then we were able to pull her out.
Why'd she stop?
Like, I don't know. I thought she was going to take off, dude. I mean, it's not like she half-assed did. She floored it, dude. She's like, give me my ticket and take off. I don't know the words verbatim, but something along those lines. And she just floored it. I mean, yeah, he had her detained on a traffic stop, and she decided to take off.
So what are you going to get her with?
Fleeing and eluding.
Is that it?
She attempted to flee from. I mean, I don't know if I could potentially, aggravated battery, but
no.
It'd be a hard one. That's the only thing I can think of. But I mean, fleeing and eluding is enough.
I watched Cops back on when it was on TV.
Just like resisting.
But it's A&E, and they are very
Yeah, because she didn't get out of the car either.
You could do either.
I'll do
either would work, I think, right?
Yeah.
What about when you guys started cuffing her and stuff? Was she cool then?
No, once I got her out of the car, she started saying, no, what
they
are
have
you
to get
doing?
the story
She
lined
definitely, like, if you watch the video, she pulled away from me while she was seated in the car. She did resist.
Yep. Ma'am, unfortunately, you're gonna be going to jail today. Okay.
Please no.
After what I just heard, you could have seriously injured. him.
I wasn't trying to. Please.
I know that you weren't trying to.
I've had a really hard time. Please. I was seeing a psychiatrist, and so please, I am begging you.
I'm sorry, ma'am. This is not going to be. This is not going to be something that's going to take 74 years. Okay.
I don't have money for bail. How am I supposed to get out? Please, I'm begging you, don't take me to jail. I swear I will do anything. I promise.
Alrighty,
I
ma'am.
will do anything. Please.
There's going to be a female officer arriving here shortly to
How am I
conduct
supposed to get out of jail
a
if I
full
don't
search.
have bail?
Ma'am, I cannot help. No, ma'am.
If I
Michelle was charged with fleeing, eluding, resisting, and misuse of 911. She pled no contest to any charges, and records indicate the fleeing, eluding charge was interestingly changed to a tampering with physical evidence charge. She was sentenced with 18 months probation, 50 hours of community service, an apology letter to the officer, a driver improvement course, and mental health evaluation and treatment.
And now it's 4:30, so are they gonna go home? Are they gonna stick around? What is happening? What, if any, happening? Hey, yappa. Hey, Gavrila. Come back, Mr. Judgeman. Come back and tell us what's happening. If they're going longer, it's because they're just about to get to a verdict. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't want to have anything she could do to get out of it. No, I'm 50% done with the Kingfisher, but after doing it for 3 hours, 2.5 hours, I kind of got enough of it. I needed a break. I bet you these officers they'll put it at the station to use as souvenirs for people they got to send them an apology letter. Nope, didn't get a read back. Yeah, I'm betting you they have a wall in either the, I don't know if they have like a break room or something where they have, I got an apology from this and that. They had one question. They wanted the neighbor's testimony read back to them, and they were told you have to be more specific. She did say Jesus. It's been a long enough break. It's been, how long is it since they went out? Close to 5 hours. I saw someone fleeing out in LA, and they were doing pretty well, going pretty fast, and then they tried to hit an off ramp and did it a little bit too late and started swerving, and then they just flipped. That car was ripped to pieces. I bet you they didn't survive. What's our next trial? I don't know. What day is it? It's tomorrow is Crown Prince Mary's birthday. There was supposed to be hearings in the Karen Reed case Thursday and Friday, but I don't think that was for Green, and I think they dropped it. So if anyone sees something out there, and I'm not going to do the did he kill him because he's a racist in Florida case that's going right now. Yeah, I have the same feeling, because if they were dead set on 4:30 and they say, we'll keep going, they're just finishing up the paperwork. You know how to tell the difference between apple cider and apple juice? If it's sweet and yellow, you got juice there, fella. If it's tangy and brown, you're in cider town. Who drinks cider? Oh, I'm lefty. I'm an old grandma. I drink cider. I don't think I've ever had Chinese food. No, the hearing to get Green thrown out from the state. Green wasn't the one they wanted the fees from. Hot cider and cookie. Agrin. Oh, I'm Tim. I'm a grandma. Well, I could switch to Smart TV. I think they run it. It has become abused too and used to try to get out of trouble. Makes it bad for those who really have it. Oh, you're back at the anxiety attacks. Nope, nothing. They said they wanted to go home at 4:30, and it's 4:35. So, well, Jemima, can I tell you a little secret? I'm live right now, so and I did see you put up the schedule, but at the last hearing they said they would they could do it without the hearing, so there might not be a hearing. That's why I said it. I know it's slated in for both Thursday and Friday, and I've seen your little schedule, but they also said they didn't need to come there. And she said, I know it's a lot of trouble and expensive for you to get here. So I think they might be trying to cancel it because they're not going to have the Dorbert hearing on Green. Missed the deliberation estimate. Yeah, we're way off because we're over 4.5 hours. The schedule was signed after the hearing, and she said they were having a discussion about the motion to dismiss that day. No, they had to file the motion to dismiss on the 14th. I'm pretty sure that's what it said on the schedule you sent me. But Jamie talks so much in all these Discord threads, it's impossible to keep up with anything. Oh, I had my nails done. Oh, I had my lashes done. Are you still streaming? Do you have a channel? Yes, Jamie, you used to be on it. Oh, I didn't know. Can I come on again? Yeah, will you join me tomorrow? Nah, don't want to do it. Can I do it next week? Sure. I don't want to do it. Jamie is mean. Oh. Commonwealth will file certification of compliance motion hearing. Filing of motion to dismiss is February 11th. Four hours and 48 minutes for verdict clock. Yes, we have Coke in Denmark. We have a Danish Coke called Jolly Coke as well. We don't know what's happening. They said they wanted to go home at 4:30, but I don't know if it might be a verdict. It might not be a verdict. It might be that the jury are just coming in. Does chat say anything? Nope. It's probably just that they want to go home. Does it have real sugar in it? I don't drink Coca-Cola with sugar. I get acid reflux when I drink Coca-Cola with sugar. Fanta, Sprite, everything else with sugar, fine. Coca-Cola with sugar, I get acid reflux instantly. But we don't use much corn syrup or corn sugar. We have we get it from beets. Squishy, squishy. Squishy, squishy. Squishy, squishy. Squishy, squishy, squishy. I am getting tired and I'm doing my I'm tired dance to get some blood flow to my brain so I can think of something to say. What case am I covering next? I don't know. The only case I've seen that's one started today, not touching that one. It's a potential hate crime case, and after the last 2 days, I need something where we don't have me yelling at people. Well, I will always yell at Zach. 'Cause I will always hate you. Will always
The
yell at
jury
you.
informed the bailiff they want to recess for the evening. I'm just going to give
Recess.
them some
Go
reminders.
to recess. Let's go recess. Baker's going sleeping. Go, go, go to recess. Going home now. Then I have to find something to do tomorrow. Build the other wing on the kingfisher. Find a new trial to cover up now. If you see something, please write it on the Discord in the chat room where it says Baker, take a look at, come now. Help me out now. Get a new case. Yes, these jurors are the quitters, maybe spitters. Why did I go there? Because Jamie let me stream alone. It's no good. I get weird. I need some sleep. I'm tired and a little stupid. I don't know how I removed the little floating heart. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. If you can tell me how to remove it, please. I don't have it on my computer. I hate it when I have it on because I can't do it on others. Tell me how to make it stop. Chloe's mom, no verdict. They're going home for the night. So a lot of people are going mad.
Please be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been advised that you wish to retire for the evening and come back tomorrow to continue deliberations. I'm going to grant that request. I've told you this part of the trial, the schedule is in your hands. Just those same reminders. Please don't talk to anyone about this case or let anyone say anything to you. The The folks you are closest to may know that you're now deliberating, and they're going to be very tempted to ask you questions, although I am certain that you've informed them how important it is they not do that. But if they do, just tell them you're still under that strict order, and if you want to, you can talk to them as much as they want to talk to you about it when the trial is over. Please remember not to look anything up. Please remember to avoid those parts of the news that I've told you not to expose yourself to. And I hope that you have a restful evening. Please report back tomorrow morning at 8:30.
All rise, please. All right, please. Yeah, 10% believed it would be more than 6 hours. It looks like 6 hours. We can put the drama llama as the outro today. Oh, I put the wrong thing on screen. This one.
Anything before we break for the evening?
Judge, do you want us to be up here at 8:30, or is there no need for that?
Yes, I would like for you to be up here at 8:30.
Yes, sir.
All right. Because they'll be brought in.
Okay, that was what I
just
know.
briefly. So, all right. I'll see everybody tomorrow morning at 8.
What do we think? Is it a good thing that they are talking so much about it? Is it a bad thing? It's always hard to tell when they. I always say if they're back fast, it's normally a guilty, but then sometimes it's an innocent. And isn't it? What is they say? If it after 4 hours, it's 50-50 or something like that. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's a good thing? I'm not sure. No, I'm tired. I haven't slept for the last 2 nights. Oh, look. Jamie finally showed up. We have a song in Denmark about having ants in your ears, and they're dancing calypso. Jeg har myrer i mit øre, jeg kan høre, de danser calypso. I got ants in my ears, and I can hear that they're dancing calypso. That's my PM. I'm not a fan of her. It's probably that they can't agree on first degree. I thought when they were asking for the 2 neighbors, I thought they were just hung on the kidnapping case. So I thought they had the first degree already. I don't know. But I'm thinking first degree is probably off the table when it's been this long, because if they were strong on first degree, they would have been faster. Shax, I did it. I did turn them off. He make it 40 to 50 years. No. He'll either get life or minimum is 16 and a half, 16.75 years. So 40 or 50, I don't think you can swing it on a second degree. Well, it could go to life as well on a second degree, but that's for the sentencing hearing. It makes them do the boogie dance. It's just a pee dance. Well, now you have to go tell all your friends about me because it's ruining my algorithm now. I don't know how it works. Yeah, so do I, but I've just been disappointed so many times by the jury, so I thought they would come in and say, bingo, bango, he's done it before he's guilty. Life is a life. Na, 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 na. Life is life. Bum, 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 bum. Well, we have you met Zach? He's hardened our souls. But I'll find something to do tomorrow so we can be on Verdict Watch. Maybe a new trial starts. Maybe Jemima will come on and do it. She has a wonderful 48-hour interpretation of The Wind in the Willows. She does an interpretive dance. Her Mr. Toad. If you haven't seen it, you haven't lived. That's all I can say. Maybe I can get her to do the short version. She has a special one she does at Christmas. It's only 12 hours long. And you haven't seen movement till you've seen Jemima do her interpretation of The Wind in the Willows as interpretive dance. Could be tomorrow, could be something else. Could also be I just need some sleep because je suis un peu loco. I bet you it's one of the greatest. If you look it up, it has been on YouTube. They have removed it because 48 hours is a little bit long. But comments were world changed. Most of the comments were just worlds changed. The way she embodies the water flowing through the willows, it's like watching a young Anna Kournikova play tennis. Perfection. I love that we had that on TV back in the 90s. It was a great show. Especially, I love Mr. Toad. He was one of the worst persons in the world. I don't know why I like that. No, she stopped quite young. I think, didn't she get married to that very tall boxer? They look like a dad and a daughter dance. But everyone, the outro today will be the Llama Llama dance because I'm sending you all over to Mr. Valhalla. He's out kicking it about with El Memes. So go say meh in his chat for me, and I'll figure out to do something in the morning. Love y'all. No, 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 no drama. No, no drama. No, no drama. Llama. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no drama. Llama. YouTube. No, no drama. No, no drama. No, no drama. YouTube. Llama. Llama, llama. Llama, llama. No, no drama. Llama. YouTube is a bad place when we argue and we make the drama. No.